Hello and welcome everybody. Thanks for look at all those emojis. That's awesome. Thanks everybody for
Woo!
the support and the subs. That's awesome. Thank you. I got to run through the list. There's like all sorts of things happening, and I heard the hype train go off, so that's awesome. So thank you, Jeff Boyardee. Thank you, Casey DJ Coyle. Thank you, Lyra. Thank you. I see Gabe in there. Gabe, thank you for the cheer. We appreciate all of that. And of course, Lyra, thank you so much for donating $10 to the ACLU. Yes, tonight we were going to be. This game is one of a number of games that we got going on this month, but all throughout February we're going to be raising money for the ACLU, and of course your donations 100% go to the foundation that we are raising money for to help provide legal services and advocacy during um, this time. I'm not going to get on a soapbox and tell you all the things and why that's important and why we should be doing that. But yeah, it is a critical time. And so all of the money that we are raising here goes to that and kind of helps to fund all of their services, helping vulnerable people. So thank you for that. For every $5 that we raise tonight, the characters, well, no, sorry, the players get a point of mojo, and so each of them is starting things out here with 2 points of mojo. And for the uninitiated, mojo is a in-game resource. If you're familiar with DCC, you might think of it a little bit like luck, but it's kind of its own thing. It's kind of its own pool, and basically the characters can use that to help one another with things that they're trying to do in the game. And each point of mojo burned gives a +1 modifier to a typically a D20 roll. So thank you all for that. And thank you for the hype train. I see that just finished up. So that is awesome. So what are we doing here tonight? This looks a little bit different than what you're normally seeing here on 20 Sides to Every Story. Tonight we are going to be playing XCrawl Classics, which is a game system that's derived from Dungeon Crawl Classics, but has a little bit of a different feel. We are playing in a dystopian uh, uh, I guess future. I think it's like kind of set in the present time, but maybe not quite as technologically advanced as we are in the real world. A little bit more magic kind of comes into play in terms of explaining technology and advances that have happened. And basically, society has gotten to this place where the entertainment of choice is watching teams of dungeon crawlers enter these fabricated dungeons, and live on pay-per-view you can watch them delve into absurd scenarios in this death sport that is meant to entertain and delight all. And of course our characters, their motivation in doing all of this is because there's a lot of this involved, and so there's a lot of chance for earning fame and fortune and whatnot. And so tonight's scenario actually is based on the premise that they are all trying to qualify to be able to create their own Division 3 team. So without further preamble for me, I think I'm going to hand it over to each of them to introduce themselves as a player, and then also maybe to tell you about their level 0 character that they're bringing in. So each of them has 3 level 0s. And so who should I feel like I want to pick on either Marine or Nick, just because you're sort of the veterans of in the group of playing on 20 sides. So I think maybe we'll start with Marine, and then we'll go to Nick, and we'll go around the circle that way.
Okay, so I am a veteran in playing on 20 sides to every story. I actually started to pull this team together, so the nucleus of the team, and then people just jumped in. So yay team, yay! Thank you so much for joining. And my characters. The characters are Robert, who is a veterinary assistant, and about the only thing that he can really do is he can run laps with his backpack without too much sweat. Then my next one is Sorry, I can't even say the name. I'm not going to. Mo Rocca. No, I am going to say it. Mo Rocca, the half-elf wayfarer. Um, very, very dashing, long hair, all the more to get bloodied as they go forward. Thinks they really, really know how to use a grappling hook. And then there is the office worker temp, whose name is Shirley, and I absolutely am putting all my money on Shirley.
Awesome. And thank you, Maureen, for bringing this group together. I guess I neglected to say that. So this is one of 3 teams that are going to be joining us on 20 Sides for a series of XCrawl games that we've got going on. This was initiated through our Patreon supporters. So I basically put out the call to our Patreon folks that have been ever so generous in supporting the channel. You know, go out and find players, recruit your friends, family, neighbors, people that you meet at the grocery store. I don't care where you find them, but recruit them for your own XCrawl team, and we'll jump on the channel and we'll run a funnel, and we'll cobble together teams to do some of the published adventures. And I've even got some, I guess, not published. I pulled in an adventure that someone in the Goodman Games Discord, I think, is writing maybe to publish as like a third party kind of thing. So the third group is getting XCrawl in the mall. that one is I guess we're kind of playtesting it a little bit. So anyway, all that to say, if you want to support the channel, probably the best way is through the Patreon, which I am linking into the chat right there. So thanks, Maureen. Let's go next to Nick.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick. I wouldn't consider myself a veteran of the channel, but out of this group, yes. I'm going to be playing Gary Gamertag. He's a college scholarship athlete, but he was actually he was recruited for the esports team. He's not really good at anything, and he's rocking a whole 1 HP, so we'll see how this goes. And then I have Chor. He is a servant, and he's pretty well-rounded. Not the smartest guy in the bunch, but the real star of this show is my plumber, Louis G. Not very strong, but boy, is he agile and can he jump.
Awesome. Thanks, Nick. Let's go next to Anthony.
Oh, all right. Anthony, this is my first time joining a community game. I've been following 20 Sides going back now, I think, to your Lankmark campaign. That's how I found you guys initially.
Oh, very cool.
And LinkedIn through Patreon and on Twitch after that, I think. So what have I got for our cannon fodder today? First up, I've got Jennifer, which is spelled like Jennifer, but with a G. She's a member. She's also a college scholarship student. She was pledging Tri Zeta, but in order to make it to Tri Zeta, they insisted that she had to go and do this XCrawl thing. So she's over here to go ahead and do this to prove that she can join Tri Zeta. Then I've got my friend Hank the Tank. He's very strong. He's a warehouse worker. Fortunately, he had a crate fall on him, and there was very little workers' comp to be had. And so he's here to make a few bucks and take care of some business here for the family back at home. And then a third up is my Swiss dairy farmer named Sepp, who's come down from the mountains to participate in XCrawl, and along with his pound of cheese and cowbell to be a member of this illustrious XCrawl group. So that's where I've got my money, is hoping Sepp can make it through on this.
Well, Sepp is going to feel right at home because today's adventure actually takes place in Wisconsin. So, it's perfect. Awesome. Next, let's go over to John.
Hello, everyone. I'm John. I've been admiring RPGs for a long time. It wasn't until COVID that I really got into playing the games online. And recently, a friend of mine started talking about this thing called XCrawl. And boy, he will not shut up about it. Every day we meet, XCrawl this, XCrawl that. I'll let you guys guess who that is. He's right there. I have 3 characters. One is Lucky the Plumber, who has a luck of 6. There is Doc the Dwarf Miner, who has a intelligence of 8, and Butch the Magician, who has a strength of 8.
Awesome.
So they are so named.
Well, thank you so much, both you and Anthony. This is your first time coming on here, so we appreciate you coming and joining us and being a part of the community here and having some silly fun with us here tonight.
Silly fun. That's me.
And we'll go next to MJ. MJ, this is not your first time. You actually played in a campaign for quite a while in the Eberron.
Yep, I was in the Eberron campaign as a robot sort of come to life was my character. But yeah, hi, I'm MJ. So my 3 characters are, my first one is a waiter named Armand. He is sort of new at this. He has a really low agility score, so he's dropping stuff all over the place. And his boss told him that maybe he should get some experience here. So that's what he's doing here. He's pretty snooty. He likes to judge you when you order the wrong thing at his restaurants. Then next we have a painter named Ivan. He's sort of like a brutalist, nihilist sort of dude. He has a personality that's just in the trash. And he decided to come on here to get closer with his subject. He loves to paint death. And then lastly, we have a rail conductor that we named Rusty. He's a lucky dude, Lucky Rusty. He has a masterwork lighter, so we'll see what he can do with that. And yeah, he's ready to take this train all the way to victory.
Well, awesome. And with that, I think we will get kind of started with the adventure here tonight. And so the name of the adventure is XCrawl's Got Talent. It also is the name of the event that your characters are all participating in. And so I guess a bit of background before we dig in is that you know that this this event, the DJ, which is the basically the individual that kind of is almost like the producer of the whole thing. They design the traps and the encounters, the layout of the dungeon. They are in charge of kind of helping to bring about maybe sponsorship for the event and bring the money in. And, of course, just hype up the crowd and use their force of personality to get a lot of eyeballs on the event. And this event, XCrawl's Got Talent, is being DJ'd by an individual that was a former crawler in the Division 2 named DJ Glitterbomb. And she announced her retirement not long ago after she had a pretty hot streak in the Division 2 until she was really kind of like a master of traps and puzzles. And she had a rivalry with another DJ named DJ Toonie Trey, and this was a rivalry that drew a lot of attention and garnered her a lot of fandom because she beat dungeon after dungeon that was designed by DJ Toonie Trey until eventually, maybe just time ran out, but there was one puzzle or a trap scenario that she got herself into that, maybe there was a little bit of shenanigans happening on the side. Maybe it wasn't 100% fair, but one way or another, she ended up in a situation where a treasure box pretty much literally like blew up in her face and took out her arm, and so she's got a prosthetic arm. That kind of marked her departure, her retirement from crawling, and then she transitioned into her new career as a DJ. And so this event is her baby. It is her way of trying to attract new talent, and has brought all of your characters in for this opportunity, to become true XCrawl champions. And yes, I see from the chat, arms are overrated. You don't need arms in XCrawl. We can build you. We could build you better. As long as you have to live, but we could build you better. So, anyways, you have all made the travel. You are backstage at the event, gathering up. Your family, your friends have come here. They've bought tickets to be in the stands to cheer you on. The lights at the Pfizer Forum are ablaze, lighting up the Milwaukee night. Your eyes are temporarily dazzled as you take in the marquee. The words XCrawl's Got Talent blaze above the stadium doors in a riot of colors. And as the crowds gather and enter the front doors in a steady river, you are all ushered to the stage door and led backstage along with all the other hopefuls, finding yourself in an ad hoc dressing room full of racks of costumes, stand-up mirrors, and folding chairs. There's maybe a dozen or so attendants that are just dashing hurriedly about in a frenzy, trying to get things ready for the big show. And you also notice there's 3 security guards here, a camera crew. There's a referee that's kind of idly watching his clock or his wristwatch. But this area backstage is just a mad hubbub of activity. You see a gentleman with a clipboard who inserts 2 fingers into his mouth and he whistles. And he starts to he knows that you're all here as competitors, and he's ushering you over, and you all gather in a big crowd around him. And he says he's a pretty young looking man. But he looks tired, like he hasn't gotten a lot of sleep. And he just says, "All right, thank you all. Okay, first time crawlers, listen up. I'm Gary Swift, chief stylist of XCrawl's Got Talent. Save the applause. There's no time. Okay, it is my job to make sure that you all look great out there. And I hate to say this, but most of you are just not really giving me a whole lot to work with. So, besides hair and makeup, which I beg of you all to avail yourselves of, I have assembled an array of costumes to help you make an impression. This is your chance to really strike it big, to make a star of yourselves." I don't know, she's looking at one of the plumbers like really, what are we going to do with this? You got to have something. You got a name? You got a stage name? Any of you?
I'm Lucky.
Lucky?
I'm Lucky.
Okay, there's something there. Here, come take a look. She pulls in this like rack that's like on wheels and pulls it over, and there's like all sorts of like, there's like a firefighter's outfit. There's like a pro wrestler's like leotard and whatever. Like there's all sorts of, almost looks like a Halloween costume rack. I'm gonna actually on the Miro board here show you all of the different gimmicks that you could pull off of the rack if you so choose. If you want to give your persona a little spice, you could either choose something off of this list, or if you want to make it random, you could just roll a D100 for each of your characters and let that be what you want. Don't feel compelled, you don't have to, but it seems like there is some desire to kind of spruce up your gimmick, so to speak. And while you all are doing that, we'll just say here, big thank you to Gabe, who just donated $15 to help support the ACLU Foundation, which is awesome. That means another 3 points of mojo for each of the players. So they're all up to 5 in the early goings. So would any of you like to share what gimmicks, what costumes you might be donning?
Ivan has chosen. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Sep's probably looking for a pair of lederhosen or something to lean into his Swiss Alps heritage. So I don't see that on here. Can
no
I go ahead
problem.
and
No
chop
problem.
off the list here?
Absolutely.
No problem. All right, he's got probably a pair of lederhosen. He's got like one of those Tyrolean hats with a big feather in it, with a white shirt going on for him. So
Awesome.
sorry, I think I stepped on you, MJ.
Oh no, you're good. Ivan has chosen the face of madness. It is the face he wears often, and it is what stares back at him when he stares into the abyss.
Ooh, okay.
Robert has decided that he's going to go ahead and let his inner pop star out, I guess, and has decided to get the techno costume. So techno glasses, spiky hair, needs lots of hair gel. The shiny jacket, and a disdainful sneer.
Awesome.
Gary is definitely going for that anime hero. He wants to be the main character. He knows all the cool names of all of the spells he can't cast. And I would say that Luigi is fully going suspenders, green button up,
There you go.
just like fully playing into it.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
Jennifer, my trizate is she's going with that posh as hell. She wants to look her absolute best for this. Because for the girls that are watching back at the trizate house and the ones that are in the stands, so posh as hell is where she's going to go.
Yeah, Shirley's just sitting back here with her nail file, and she's like, I don't think you need any of that, sweetie. And I'm wearing what I wear to work every day.
Well, Doc, the very smart miner dwarf, is chosen war deity. He doesn't know what that means, but it sounds hard as. Butch, the not so strong guitarist, has chosen 44, which is punk rock.
Oh, nice.
And Lucky, the lucky plumber, has chosen the couch potato because he figures that's on brand for him.
Yeah. Awesome. So,
Well, and Hank the Tank was about to choose the war deity, sees the dwarf come out, and he goes, "Oh gosh!"
I'll fight you for it.
And grabs the barbarian costume next to it and puts that on real quick.
so those of you that have donned a costume, if you choose to do a grandstanding check sometime during tonight's event, you'll get a +1 if you're wearing a gimmick costume. And so a word, I guess, on what is a grandstanding check. Grandstanding is it's something that you can do. There are some limits to like how often you can do it, but essentially you could do it once per encounter. It's just a free action. So you want to add a little flair. Describe how you're appealing to the crowd to try to get their favor. You can do it's essentially a personality check, which you get to add your level to. Of course, you don't have levels, so it'd be just a straight personality check at level 0. And you also can do a grandstanding check at the conclusion. Like at the end of a successful encounter. So I will say, for the purposes of the funnel, you could choose, once per player, you could have one of your characters do a grandstanding check at some point during the encounter. What does grandstanding get you? Typically it might get you like a point of fame, which you can accumulate. It's usually more for campaign play, which we are going to do if we want to continue this after the funnel. Fame just is a representation of like how noticeable are you on the street, and there might be some ways in which you can burn fame to maybe curry favor. It's usually for things outside of the dungeon, like I don't know, maybe trying to get an interview on the hot show that could, further your career, or get you a sponsorship, maybe those types of things. So, yeah. So you all are picking out. You're getting kind of, people are kind of helping you pick things out. Maybe getting some makeup for the cameras, or get some hairstyles done on the fly here. But eventually, you could see that the ref is just like tapping on his wristwatch, like you could hear him. He's going to the person with the clipboard saying, it's we're 2:45. We got to start at 3, so we got to get them queued up here. And there's a big kind of rush to try to get you all out the door and pushed into the green room. and you all get kind of pushed into the next area where the green room is usually the place where you sit and wait for the event to start. You wait for all the ceremony and everything happening out in the stadium to finish. There's coffee, there's some croissants and some water and things like that laid out. A couple of couches and some folding chairs laid out for you, but you're all just nerves. Nobody's paying any attention to this craft service nonsense. You're trying to amp yourselves up, and you don't have to wait long. As all of you get comfortable in here, you can see a lean blonde man in a Hawaiian shirt enters the room, and you recognize him as John the Blackblade Halprin. He's a blaster from the Division 1 team called the Hellstormers. He pulls a microphone seemingly from thin air, and he starts to speak. And you can see there's like a camera man nearby, and he starts saying it. "Hey there, XCrawl fans and hopefuls. I'm the Blackblade, but you can call me the." And he waits for that kind of a reaction. It seems like there's an intentional pause, and then he says, "I'm here to welcome the inaugural broadcast of XCrawl's Got Talent. We've watched their audition videos, we've read their submissions, and they were all chosen to be the very best. Congratulations to you all. Whether you win, whether you survive, I want a picture with each and every one of you, and for just $20, you can get one piece of memorabilia and a signature. I take credit cards. It's fine. No? Okay. Now, I need to remind you.
What?
Well,
$20. $20.
Oh, he takes that. He snaps a selfie. He scribbles something on some
This is
paper.
the best day of my life. Thank you so much.
Anytime, anything for a fan. Now, I need to remind you all of a few rules. 1, this is a non-com badge. He holds up this badge that he's wearing, and then he lets it drop down again. Attack a non-com, and you'll be disqualified. Not to mention, you could be brought up on charges. 2, every room has a no-go door. If it's all too much for you, if you just can't take the heat, you can scurry on over to the no-go door, and you can get on out of here, but you can kiss your dreams of making it in XCrawl goodbye. He's just kind of goes around, and he's going to go up to one of your characters, MJ. You could choose which one, and he hands a microphone in their face, and he says, "Why don't you go on? Introduce yourself to the fans at home."
My name's Rusty. I'm a rail conductor, and I'm dressed as a blue collar hero. I'm here to win it for the folks out on the tracks.
Wow! You have such an incredible story. Who are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for back home?
For the folks out on the tracks. I live life on the tracks.
He's doing it for you, folks.
Nobody back home. Yep, that's the
He's
tracks.
got nobody, folks. He's got nobody. He's doing it for you. Oh, okay. And then he goes over. Marine is gonna shove a microphone in one of your characters' faces.
Shirley again. I'm just like nailing. Yeah. What's the microphone for? Oh. I'm here to show all y'all that I can type faster and run harder to go get coffee for that boss. And if I can do all those things, I can kick your ass.
You hear it over here, folks. She thinks she's better than you.
I absolutely know I'm better than you.
Oh, we've got a villain. We got a villain emerging. Oh, they love to hate her. You're gonna go shove a mic in Nick one of your characters' faces. Give us a little something.
It's a me, Luigi. I'm gonna do this for the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, we love national stereotypes. Yeah, people love it. All right. We'll go to Anthony, one of your characters. Okay, now I got a feeling that this is going to be the unsung hero of XCrawl. Let us hear it.
Hello, my name is Sepp. I first would like to make sure I'm saying hello to all of my friends back home. There's my cow Maisie. There's my other cow Petunia. And don't forget little Dottie. Hello, cows. You should be asleep at this time. That's all.
Oh, I know we're in Wisconsin, but you don't have to go for the cheesy pops here. Come on. You know?
Would you like cheese? I have cheese.
Did I say cheese? I meant cheap pops. Cheap pops.
I have cheese. I have cheese.
He's
I can
got
give
cheese,
you cheese.
folks. All right.
It's very good.
All right.
1
and
pound.
he'll go over to John, one of your characters. All right. Give us a little something.
Well, Butch walks up. He's the punk rocker musician, and he says, I don't know. You know, we're all going to die.
That's the truest thing I've heard all night. Thank you so much, one and all. Okay, it's looking like it's about 3 p.m. It's ready to start the contest. You can see the ref kind of gets in front of Black Blade, and it also just seems like a little like, you know, over the nonsense. Like he just wants to get to the business of the event. And so he says, attention, all dungeon participants, the dungeon begins in 90 seconds. You will need to pass through that door, he says, pointing at the door in the east wall, over which there is a red light currently shining next to a dimmed green light. And keep moving until you reach your first challenge. Crawlers, from this moment forward, your lives are forfeit in the service of the Empire. You can begin at 3 p.m. on the dot. Good luck, and may Apollo grant you courage. And no sooner does he finish speaking, and you see that red light turn from red to green, and there is a loud blaring siren that fires off, and you know the time is now. I'm going to reveal. Actually, this is where you would have been in the green room. At the end of this hall, the door opens and reveals the first room. Get this sized up here. And you find yourself in an arena dominated by a really large screen on the far wall. And there is a spinning XCrawl logo that disappears from the screen to reveal DJ Glitterbomb. And if you scroll over to the left of the map, I've got a little image of what she looks like. So she appears. She's got this shock of violet hair, and you can see that brass prosthetic arm that you knew that she had to replace her injured arm. It has attached to the end of it this old-timey microphone. She smiles and she opens her arms wide and welcome, dressed in bright colors with flashes of glitz that contrast with hard-earned battle scars from a long career at XCrawl. And she speaks, "Good evening, XCrawl hopefuls, and welcome to the very first XCrawl's Got Talent. Once your challenge begins, you will have joined the exalted ranks of the heroes and fools who use their strengths, wits, and sheer guts for the honor of Emperor Ronald I, the Uniter, and for the glory of the North American Empire." There's huge cheers. You can tell there must be a live audience in the dark somewhere around this room. I say to you, be welcome, and remember that not all is as it seems. The dangers here are very real, and I am absolutely out to get you. She winks. Remember, those brave enough to stick out my challenges to the end, those strong enough and smart enough to survive, will form your very own Division 3 XCrawl team, pre-approved by the Adventurers Guild. Good luck, heroes, and remember, a crawler is more than their gear, but the right equipment sure doesn't hurt. And as she vanishes from the screen, there is a rock anthem that begins to swell from the unseen crowd that begins to let out a huge roar of applause. There's a circle of spotlights that blaze to life in myriad colors, illuminating in the middle of the chamber, the arena in front of you, this spinning platform. It's almost like kind of like a carousel type platform that's spinning rather slowly at the moment. But you can see piled on top of it is all sorts, just haphazardly, weapons, gear, all sorts of things that would be potentially useful in an XCrawl environment. And so with that, I'm just going to kind of go around here and collect from each of you a little bit of information about what your characters are doing. I'm not going to roll us into initiative. We'll just kind of go in sort of a random, maybe I'll roll randomly to see who do we start with. And I think we are going to start things off with Nick. What are your folks up to?
Well, I think that all of them kind of figure, this is kind of too good to be true, that there's just a pile of gear in front of us. So I say it's maybe approach carefully, but still approach, because if it turns out to be great, hey, we'll take all the gear we can get.
So your character's kind of move, you very tepidly kind of move forward, looking around a little bit. Where's that noise coming from? It's just like dark up above you, but you've got light kind of inside the arena, like again, there's like spotlights. Like there's a spotlight on each of your individual characters as you walk in, just and you move maybe like halfway from the door to the spinning platform, and you can see there's a short bow, there's a Kevlar shirt, there's some equipment packs, you see a battle axe, there's all of it kind of laid out there on the platform. But as you move out there, you start to notice it's starting to pick up speed a little bit. So it started out this just kind of slow rotation, but now it's definitely accelerating.
Does it seem like the closer I get, the faster it's getting?
It just seems like it's maybe on a timer. Like time is just.
Oh, okay. Oh, so like I should be running. Okay.
Let's go next to MJ.
All right. So Ivan is not moving at all. He is just sort of taking it all in and studying the actions of everybody else. Sort of how like a painter studies the canvas, just trying to really experience everything that's happening in the moment. Armand, the waiter, is completely smitten by DJ Glitterbomb and got just so inspired, and he is sprinting full out at that carousel. He is going to get there, and he's going to kill everybody to get to DJ Glitterbomb. And then Rusty, the rail conductor, he is suspicious, but he wants to get there and get something good that he could use later on. He's trying to be practical about it, so he's trying to stay near the front of the pack, but not be the first guy to get in there, because he knows the first guy that gets in there is probably not going to do too hot.
Sure. So you got one person that's hanging out back by the entrance door, maybe another that gets up to like kind of the halfway mark where Nick is and his characters are, and then you've got one that's bolting forward to get something.
Sprinting. Yeah.
So make me an agility check. So D20, and then add or subtract whatever it might be your apply your modifier to the roll.
Oh God. All right, Armand's agility is 6, so this is going to be really fun.
Okay.
Jeez, my cat just bit me. Sorry.
That's good luck.
Here we go. 17 -1, so 16.
Okay, so you make it to the platform and manage to jump on board, and over here to the right of the map below the ready-made gimmicks chart, I've got a loot table. and that is a D16 roll. So you can roll a D20.
Okay.
If you get a 17 or higher, just re-roll it. And
All
that
right.
will let you know what you acquire.
A weighted bow staff is what
Ooh.
I've acquired.
All right, so a two-handed weapon that does 1d6 damage.
Nice. All right. Should I make a note of that in my character sheet that I have this item?
Yes, yep, I would write that down. That's now a thing that you have. It'll be carrying through the dungeon's challenges with you.
Alrighty.
Let's go next to John.
Well, my two smart characters approach cautiously. Doc the dwarf sprints at the platform and attempts to loot said platform.
Yes. All right. So make an agility check. At the moment, it's a relatively low agility DC. It's just a 5 that you need.
Well, I rolled a 14, and the agility was 0. The bonus was 0.
Awesome. So you manage to get up onto the platform and are able to grab something.
Roll again.
Yeah, now you can roll your D16 for the
Okay.
loot table.
I rolled an 8. I got a katana.
Ooh, a D8 of
Oh.
damage. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we will go to Anthony.
Ooh, all right. I have no one smart in my group, really. So Hank's going to stick the croissant he still has in his hand that he raided from the craft table. He puts it in his mouth. And he mentioned a battle axe, so he is charging full speed at it. Jennifer is going to yell out, Zeta, 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 forever, and charge at it. And Sep's just going to keep running right behind the two of them. And they're all going to try and clamber up there real easy. Do I
Awesome.
roll for each of the three? Or
Yep.
Okay. So Jennifer, 19. Hank is a 15. And Sep gets a 9.
Okay, they all make it.
All right.
It's still moving slowly enough that you're able to get up on there and grab something.
All right. To the loot table.
To the loot.
We have a gladius for Jennifer. She pulls out, I guess, a sword and she holds it aloft. By Zeta! And then Hank is a 2. Ooh, he's got a weighted bow staff as well. He was hoping for an axe. And Sep also pulls up a gladius.
Awesome. So quite a few. So how many people do we have up on the platform now? I think like 5 in total. I think MJ had 1, John had 1. Nick, you didn't have one up there yet, right?
We're all halfway.
Okay.
In my group.
And then Anthony, you had all 3 of yours, right?
Oh, they all discharged it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's go next then to Marine.
Okay. So Shirley, the opposite temp, is running as fast as she can in the highest heels you've ever seen in those little tight pencil skirt. So she is absolutely heading straight for that spinning platform. Moraka is ambling, basically taking his sweet time, taking a look around, but he's definitely heading over there, feeling no particular need for speed at this time. And Robert, who has chosen to wear, all the glam stuff, is having a hard time seeing, but is running anyway and is hoping very, very hard that he doesn't trip over those really, really techno boots. So they're all going to go ahead and try for it, and for each one of them. And so Robert has a natural 20.
Awesome.
And Shirley, she has a 9.
Makes it.
And yep. And then Moraka amazingly has a 13.
Awesome. So you get to roll 3 times on the loot table, once for each of those characters.
Okay, so loot table number 1. Sorry, I have to pull this. So many things up. Is hang on, I have to roll again. It's a 6, and that makes it a 3 throwing
Ooh,
knives.
yes.
So Shirley is enjoying those. She sticks her nail file into her front pocket and sticks the knife in her hand, or one of the throwing knives in her hand. Robert has rolled a 10. And why is this so big? Sorry. I can't read it. I'm sorry,
I think it's
can't
the
read it.
razor bolas.
Okay, so that's that. And then Moraka, as usual, just sort of ambling along. Rolls a 13.
A warhammer.
Thank you.
Two-handed weapon, deals 1d10 damage.
Nice.
Oh man.
So we got a heavy
Kind of
hitter.
looks at it in confusion as what am I going to do with this? And walks off.
Well,
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it if you don't want it.
Can you trade? Anybody have a bow staff?
well, as you all, there's 8 of you on the platform as it's rotating, grabbing this stuff and whatnot. All of a sudden, you hear the crowd kind of cheering, and you notice that from somewhere up above in the darkness, there are these ropes that like drop down, 8 in total, and each one is at the end of it. There is this harnessed rat-like creature that is just like on this little bungee that is swooped down, and each of them is, you guys made it very convenient. There's 8 of you on the platform. There's 8 of them. There's going to be one that attacks each of the characters that has just picked up an item. So we will start with MJ, your character that is up there.
All right, Armand, the waiter.
An 18
Who, by the
to
way,
hit.
18 to hit. All right, so
Armand!
D20.
No!
Oh, tell me the by the way, because this
Oh,
might be
by
the
the
only
way,
time we
he
get
is
to hear it.
he chose the Iron Chef outfit.
Oh, okay.
He's dressed for the jobs that he wants, so he's just a lowly waiter, but
So little
it's a fancy
Ratatouille
restaurant.
kind of situation. As a
Ratatouille,
rat is
exactly.
just going to land right
Rat
on
meat.
I
top
will put you on my head.
and
And I
deals
roll it.
3
It
points
is a
of damage.
17.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, they're attacking you. They're getting the
Oh, they're
drop on
attacking
you.
me.
Yeah,
Oh, crap. They just deal 3 damage?
3 damage.
I'm dead.
So no sooner did he grab that item and was like,
Armand! No!
Oh, no. Armand. Oh! And, yeah, he doesn't even get a word out.
John, your character that's up there, an 8 to hit.
AC 14.
Okay, so has he got some armor on that like had defended him?
He's got chainmail shirt.
So the chainmail shirt just seems
and
like
a shield. Yeah.
perfect. So maybe a combination of things. Anthony, all 3 of yours are up there. So, I'll let you choose, which one these attacks are, what order. So here's attack number 1, a 5 to hit. I'm just going to miss.
Oh, that's Step. Step magically is in the right spot.
Second attack, a 16 to hit.
Oh, no, Hank the Tank.
And that is 5 points of damage.
Hank.
And the
The
third
croissant falls out of his mouth.
and the third one misses. Marine, you've got 3 up there. An 8. Second attack is a 4. Who's this third attack going at?
The third attack is going to go at Moraka.
Moraka. Okay. That's a 14 to hit.
It hits, of course.
5 points
And-
of damage.
Oh, Moraka just like falls gracefully down to his death.
Just like hanging like halfway off
Yes.
of the carousel and just
His hair is just like flowing naturally the way that it would as he dies. Full of blood, as predicted.
All right, so here we are. Yep. Oh, Casey says the crowd is all about the rat go round. And Chris, yes, you just came in at the death moment. So we had our first 2 deaths occur.
Carousel is a lie.
Wait, we only had 2?
We had 3.
I thought we had 3.
Oh, was there a third?
I had a guy die.
We
Oh,
lost Hank the Tank.
Hank the Tank. Yes,
Hank the Tank.
yes.
Croissant was in his mouth. It broke off. It hits the ground. Probably the camera zooms in on it, is my guess.
So that is going to bring us back to the top. Nick, your character's probably feeling maybe rewarded for their choice a little bit watching all this unfold.
So all the rats are still there.
Yes, they're hanging from these harnesses.
Does any of the centrifugal motion of this turning cause any of the items to fall off?
It doesn't. No.
Oh, you know what? I think we're good. We're gonna stick with what we have, and we're just gonna stay away from this center.
Going around.
Maybe going around the side.
Perfectly valid. So you start to make your way. You're heading towards the door at the back.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. MJ.
All right. So I've got 2 guys left. I've got Rusty, who had been, sort of front middle of the pack. He sees these guys and he says, you know what? I got to start somewhere. These varmint got to go. And so I charge him. I charge one of the varmint.
Okay. Start the rat killing. So go ahead
Yep.
and make some attack rolls.
All right. I rolled an 11.
Final answer. So now, just so you know, so other people could use Mojo to help you. You also always have.
I've got Mojo. Take some of my Mojo.
So you're gonna get 1 Mojo from Anthony. That'll get you to 12.
Steps
hit.
like, hit those rats, hit them.
But just so you know, you also always have luck that you could use. Your luck stat is one that you can burn. Like you can deplete that stat to give you, in the same way that Mojo would give you a +1, every point of luck that you burn gives you a +1. Now, eventually, your luck will be really low, and there's probably going to be a point where I'm like, let's figure out who the lowest luck character is, because that's the one I'm going to kill next. So you probably don't really want to have the lowest luck if you can help it, but in a pinch, you've always got that as well. But in this case, you've got that +1 from the Mojo. The 12 will hit.
Awesome. All right. So on my character sheet, it says he has a club. Does he have a club in this one right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's a D4.
Yeah. Let me roll a D4 really quick. 2. And it's -1.
Points.
So it does 1 damage.
1 damage. So you go and you crack this rat on the head, and like I said, it's like it's more like a small dog than it really is a rat. It's pretty sizable. So you crack it on the head, and you can see maybe a little bit of bleeding coming from like its face or out the nostrils, but it just sort of bears its like overgrown kind of yellowish teeth at you.
These are the New York City
Oh,
rats.
These are hardy rats.
I don't make them like that where I'm from. Ooh.
All right. So everything, all your characters.
Ivan the painter is still staying back and watching what's happening. He is really excited about the first death. And he started, I don't think he has a sketchbook, but he started in his mind, imagining all the beautiful art he's going to make later when he's done with this.
Awesome. Let's go next to John.
Okay, well, the Dr. Dwarf, he holds up his katana and then skewers the croissant that's on the ground, picks it up and jumps off the platform.
Awesome.
You get the croissant. It says, "They're not in danger. Let's get out of here." And then The plumber and the musician were about ready to jump on the platform, and they've changed their mind. So they're going with Nick.
Sounds
Nick's
good. So add 1 croissant to inventory.
It's a half a croissant.
Oh yeah.
Which half?
Let's go next
The
to
right
Anthony.
side. The right side, John.
Okay.
Hank always ate the left side of the croissant first.
And then we'll go to Anthony's characters next.
All right. So these are rat creatures. So Sep's going to pull the cheese out of his pocket
Oh,
and wave it around to get their attention, and then like try and toss it to the other side of the room. Maybe over in the corner back,
Or-
away from other people, but away from everyone.
You can see they
He's
all
like,
kind of
You
swim.
like the cheese?
Aren't they attached to rope?
They're attached to ropes, but it seems to get their attention. They're all like the the diversion has been set.
Yeah, he does like a fake grenade pulling. And then he's going to try and jump down. And Jennifer's going to follow after him to try and get over towards the safety of the herd now that she's got her gladius. And she's a follower, so she's going to run over to the rest of the crowd.
Sounds good. Let's go next to Marine.
So Shirley is watching the cheese thing and thinking that's pretty smart and heading over away and following towards the where everybody else is going as well. She has no desire to touch anything that even looks like a rat creature. Thank you very much. And Robert is thinking, man, we shouldn't be giving those rats cheese. That's going to make them sick. He is actually a veterinary assistant when he's not being a glamorous techno person.
These are not pet rats here.
But they'll and
They are not fancy rats. These are rats.
well, oh right. I guess they would have tried to. They did try to kill me. What am I talking about? And continues to head forward as well.
Sounds good. So I think the only person I have in close proximity to a rat is one of MJ's characters. Is that correct?
Oh, Rusty.
Rusty.
He's doing
Rusty,
some, yeah.
Rusty,
Come on, Rusty.
I want you to make a luck check because maybe you know your rat might be distracted by the cheese. So what you want to do is you want to roll a d20. You want that number to be lower than your current luck score.
Oh, nice. Okay. My luck score right now is 15, so
Oh,
I rolled a 17.
Oh, not so lucky. Unfortunately. So
they don't like Swiss, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
this rat he wants that cheese, but you just cracked him in the head. So he's a little irritated by that. He makes an attack roll. He rolls a 5, so he misses you. And real quick, thank you, X-Dogs Forever for the donation to the ACLU Foundation. We very much appreciate that, and that means another point of mojo all around to each of the players. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us here tonight. So I'm going to pass it over. MJ, what is Rusty? What's his response?
He says, "These varmint ain't gonna get me today like that," and I swing right back.
Okay.
I'm doing some pest control. I'm a blue collar hero, so I am taking these rats on.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give it a swing.
10.
A 10.
Point
Well,
of mojo.
there he is.
oh, put him
Point
away.
of mojo. You get them. You
All
get
right.
those rats.
So 2 points of mojo. That's going to bring it up to 12. 12 will hit.
All right, and the D4, a 3 minus 1, so I deal 2 points of damage.
You crack this rat again.
Like a rat pinata.
It's just like foaming at the mouth and like spitting saliva at you.
Oh my god, I'm just making it angrier.
Your other characters making their way to the door.
Yeah, Ivan's making his way to the door. Is he close enough to one of the dead people yet? You think?
So anybody that was making their way to the door, like I'm picturing, like you're all over in the right half of the field at this point. So yeah, you would have. But remember, all of the people that have fallen would have been on the platform.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid going over there. So I went
And
around on the side.
Yeah, it's picking up speed a little bit. It would be harder to jump on at this point.
Okay.
Am I incorrect in imagining like carousel music is playing, like with pipes and stuff, or is that like?
I think they still have like the rock music playing. Like they didn't go full carnival on this one, but you know, there's definitely music that's blaring down on you. And hey, Sundance Kid 007, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. So is anybody not running towards the doors currently? So you see you got Rusty is back in a scrap match with one of the rats.
I think Sep's got a sling, so he's probably gonna, if he feels safe enough distance, he's probably gonna try to help out with that sling.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Get Rusty clear.
Go ahead and
Teamwork
make
makes
that
the dream work.
Yeah.
All right. Nat 20.
Oh, yes. There is, of course, the crit table we should have you roll on.
D4?
D4 for level 1, yep. Or level 0.
It's a 1.
Do you have a luck modifier?
Sep does not.
Okay. Opportunistic strike, you get to do an extra D3 of damage.
Oh, all right. So I rolled the sling's damage and a D3.
Yep.
So, 6.
Tell me how you finish it.
So the rat's hanging there. There's been blood. There's been pokes at it in the face. He sits there and he throws the perfect slingshot. The stone comes flying. The rat's mouth's open and it goes right down its gullet.
Awesome. Would you like to grandstand with this?
Yes, absolutely. Sep's gonna whip out his cowbell and rattle that cowbell really loud and say, "Auf Wiedersehen, rat creature."
Rusty tips his hat to him. Thank you, Mr. German man.
Twist.
I don't know your fancy words.
So then you can roll a D20 and add your personality modifier to that.
All right. 8.
So pretty good shot, but then I don't know, everything that came after that with the cowbell just kind of confuses the crowd a little bit. And like they're trying to figure out, is this like a cultural thing for him that we just start getting, or okay. So nothing else happens with that, but I'll give you a point of mojo for getting the kill there. So I guess now I'm going to turn it over back. So Rusty, is Rusty done with his rat smashing, or is he?
Oh, Rusty is done. He has seen enough.
So you start to make your way.
Yeah, he is like they don't make him like they do back home, and he is out of there. He is realizing how real this is now.
Awesome. So you all make your way over to the door, and manage to exit your first event. You know, I realized I had this like corny sports TV channel music that I was going to be playing under. You guys won't hear it, but the crowd will be able to hear it. So I'm going to toss that on real quick because why not?
I also love that newsreel going down on the bottom.
Yeah. That is going to be my time waster, like in the middle of the day.
Gosh. Hold on. The one that was just on was the necromancer fined for performance enhancing zombie drugs.
Can't do that. That's illegal. Anyway, yeah, so you get through the door and it leads you into a hallway Probably should make this token maybe a little bit smaller, but so you make your way into the hallway. There's dynamic advertisements that you see along each wall in here. The hall bends around the corner, and as you make your way together as a unit here, you could see, speaking of necromancers, there is a rotting humanoid in a yellow smiling face mask, like an emoji, blocking your way. The creature is a shambling, horrific thing with bluish purple skin. You can see dry bones poking through at points through its flesh. But you spot the non-com badge that it is wearing. This is not a combatant. You learned in your briefing before the event that killing this thing would be a disqualification.
Can it kill us still?
No, typically not. That would be a very unusual thing to have someone wearing a non-com be a combatant. But they are sometimes hostages to be rescued in some kind of a crazy event, or sometimes they might be staff. In this case, it seems like this thing is waving at you and gesturing at you, like there must be something to this. He makes air quotes with his fingers, and then he holds up his hands like this.
4 words. See.
Okay.
Look.
I'm watching you.
Eyeballs. Yes.
Let's look. Second word.
Second word.
4
Look for.
letters.
4 letters.
Look for. Third word.
Third word. Quiet.
Secret. Look for secret.
Look for secret cheese.
Look for secret door.
Secret door.
He turns around, he starts walking away.
All right.
Hey guys, I think we're looking for a secret door.
You start looking for a secret
Are you
door.
sure?
You're right.
Yeah.
Robert takes out his flashlight and starts flashing the light around him to see if he can see the light disappear around a crack.
Okay. Let's see, who said that they wanted to search for that secret door first? I couldn't catch it.
Maureen.
Me, Maureen.
Okay, we can have it be you. I was going to give someone else some help with the flashlight, but you go ahead and you do it. You roll an intelligence check with a D24. Give you a bump up on the dice chain because of the flashlight.
Okay. Yeah. Didn't get out 4. Here. 21.
21, easily in the east door, or in the says east, but it's actually would be the west wall. You find a secret door, a piece of the wall. It's a panel that slides and retracts back and reveals this little 5-foot square nook where there is it looks like a bag and a short sword. You move forward, you are able to open up that sack, and you can see there are 6 minor potions of healing. Each of these would heal for 1d3 points of recovery of hit points. And there's also a Fang brand short sword.
Ooh.
That's Fang spelled Phang.
You think short
Twist.
swords, you think fangs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Robert's really excited about seeing this, and So picks up the bag and picks up the sword and slings the sword into whatever. I think it's a lot better than the spear that he had. And says, well, maybe how many of us are there left now?
Let's see, I
5,
think you lost 3, right, in total, so
12.
12 left.
12 left. Okay. And it's just at random, hand them out. Well, obviously Rusty's gonna get one because
Thank you, partner.
and he fought the rats. I mean, and he didn't try and poison them with cheese. So Seth, you're probably not gonna get one. And then, sorry, but who else? And so then I'm going to keep one for myself. And then that leaves 3 others. And I guess Luigi. Who else? Who else is alive?
Ivan's alive still, but he's just been scowling this whole time.
Yeah, he's just too goth to give this to. He would throw it away. And
He's not goth. He's a nihilist.
Oh, sorry. He's too much of a nihilist. Come on, there's got to be at least. Does anybody want one of these? Somebody? Anybody?
Jennifer will take one, but
Okay, I can.
so that's it. She's only got 1 hit point. She really can't do anything with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have Luigi. I have Luigi, but Gary has 1 hit point. So
Oh, God.
Jennifer can keep the swallow in her mouth, so maybe when she gets hit, perhaps she'll swallow it.
Okay, well, I guess I'll give one to Shirley then. Not real thrilled about her either, but she is on my team, so okay.
Healing potions doled out. The Fang brand short sword has been acquired. Around the corner, you can see that there is a long hallway. And again, now all of the advertisements are all like Fang. It seems like this was, this is a part of the whole thing,
Okay, so
Hopefully-
Fang is one of the companies.
It's like you could get sponsored by them potentially, You make your way to the end of the hallway, and then you can see that there is another door.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, I'll have Chor walk up and open it.
You go ahead and you open that, and it reveals this chamber. Thousands of fans take to their feet and cheer as you walk through the door. They're all holding up handmade signs. Some of them shouting your names. Rusty's probably got a few fans that are holding up, little signs of admiration. And you see that there is a platform overlooking a pit that takes up most of the stadium-sized chamber, and the pit is filled with wickedly sharp 3-foot-tall spikes. You look to your left, and you can see that there is a fireman's pole that seems to allow you to slide down said pit. To your right, there is a ladder that rises up to a line of gymnastics-style rings that span the full length of the pit, leading to a matching ladder on the opposite side. And then, directly in front of you, in the middle of this enormous chamber, is a narrow bridge that spans the room and is guarded guarding a small platform in the center. There are a pair of heavily armed warriors. You may recognize them, for they are Tequila Sheila and Uncle Turnbuckle, two disgraced former ex-crawlers. But here they are, getting a second lease on life. To maybe collect a small paycheck. The paychecks here aren't as good as what they used to get, but they must have been caught in some Yeah, some performance enhancing scandal or something that led them to this moment here. They're both brandishing weapons and tauntingly beckoning you to challenge them in the middle. Down in the pit, you can see that there are a pair of treasure chests on either side of the split. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that kind of halfway, this bridge that leads from where you're standing into the middle, down on the ground level where the spikes are, we'll say that there's an archway that allows you to pass through to each side, because I think that makes sense. And DJ Glitterbomb appears on the giant AVS on the opposite wall, now with a silver arm that is streaming colorful bubbles from her fingertips. The bubbles hover around the DJ, releasing a burst of glitter when they break. She gives you a bubbly salute before she speaks. Congrats on making it to the second challenge! Your goal here is simple. Reach the far door. Whether you take the high road or the low, you'll need all the moxie you can muster to get through. The rest of the bubbles pop, and DJ Glitterbomb vanishes, her image replaced with the XCrawl logo. And just like in the last area, we're going to popcorn around here I'll change up the order, but here, what type of approach you're going to take in this room. And we will start things off with John.
Okay, in the middle, that's Tequila Sheila and who else?
And Turnbuckle.
Uncle Turnbuckle?
Uncle Turnbuckle, yes.
Oh, well, first of all, Lucky is angry because he lost money on Tequila Sheila in a bet a couple years ago. So he's going to charge her, and not trying to attack, but trying to shove her off into the spikes. Is that a thing I can do in XCrawl?
Sure. So you're going to go and beat them in the middle and then try to, I think maybe like a strength check?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other two are going to attack Tequila Sheila.
Okay, so your entire group is moving out to the center.
We're going. They've huddled. They're like, we need to get in this. We're here for the money and the fame and stuff and junk, and we need to go.
You can see, like, their eyes, there's like a look of surprise, almost like they weren't expecting you to meet them out in the middle. And you charge out. Let's go with that tackle move.
Okay.
Two. Okay. She just like does not budge as you go and like wrap your arms around her leg or something to try to give her a dragon screw into the spikes. This does not work. And then your other two are making attacks.
All right. 1 and a 20.
All right.
Hey.
Wait, is that a nat 1 and a nat 20?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Which do you want to do first, the fumble or the crit?
The fumble.
The fumble. Okay. Is that character wearing armor?
He is wearing an armored jacket.
Okay. Does it give you the fumble die on there?
No, I don't believe so.
Armored jacket. Looks like it's a D8.
Okay, I should roll a D8.
Oh, I'm sorry. D6.
A D6.
Is
1.
that modified by luck?
It is modified by luck if you have a luck modifier.
So 1 + 1 is 2.
Okay. And actually, on this one, it'll be the reverse. The positive gives you, which is perfect. It brings it down to a 0. So you miss wildly, but miraculously cause no other damage. And then the crit, you can roll a D4. This one is also modified by luck, but is a positive modifier.
4 plus
4.
4 plus 0 is still 4.
Okay. You strike the foe's kneecap. Inflict an additional 1d4 damage with this strike, and the foe suffers a speed penalty.
Tequila Sheila took an arrow to the knee.
Ah!
So gonna roll one more d4.
Yeah, it was an additional D4 of damage that you get to do on that one.
And so he was using the katana.
Oh, nice.
So the 8.
Total of 8 damage?
Yep.
All right.
Or the 8-sided dice rolled an 8. Do I roll another?
And then
anything else?
Yeah, then you'll get to add a D4.
Okay, sorry, I'm slow. 4.
So
It's all or nothing, John.
total of 12 damage.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is Tequila Sheila still standing?
Still alive, but I'm gonna say that katana swipe, it goes clean through the bone.
Ooh.
And she like stumbles forward. Like your other friend, like the other guy is like on the other leg, so she's using him to stabilize, like to stand herself up because he's trying to toss her in. But she just looks like there's blood that's just like pouring out of her leg, and she's like looks like in shock, but she is still alive. Awesome round.
XCrawl got talent.
Let's go next to Anthony.
You're muted, Anthony.
You went mute.
Seeing the success of the others, we're charging right in. Can I
I'm
make
in the
like
worst
a,
bit.
yeah, Jennifer and Sepp will go charging in. Can they make like
Now-
a reckless charge?
I'm going to say probably at this point, it's going to be hard to get into melee up there
Okay.
because that middle platform is pretty crowded.
Okay. So if they can't really get in there then. All right. Sepp's gonna head for that pole then, to the left and run for that. Jennifer's gonna still follow down the platform and see if she can get in there and get some action.
Sounds good. Let's see.
Come on, Jen.
Do you want the character that went over to the pole? Do you want them to go down the pole?
Yes.
Slides right down.
Yep.
And as you get down there, you can see that there are some moving figures, and it's hard to tell because you got this forest of spikes in front of you, but you at least get visual on one of them, and it looks almost like probably about like 3.5 feet tall, shaved head. It looks like iron gray beard. You're not sure. Maybe it was a dwarf. About that size. It's just hard to tell. But you see it moved like you know, they're taking cover behind spikes and whatever, but you know that you're not alone. All right. Let's go next to MJ.
All right. Ivan, he's ready to do his first real thing besides scowl. He's seen blood, he's seen the blade go through the bone, and he sees the treasure over there. And so he decides he's going to try to take out Tequila Sheila with the sling.
Okay, with the sling. Awesome.
So what should I roll? 20?
D20 and then agility modifier if you have it.
No agility modifier, and I rolled a 10.
10 is
Mojo.
Thank you guys for using all your mojo on my guys.
One more point, Mojo.
all right. If you're using Mojo, hold up your hand. How many points you're heading over? You don't know the AC on this one. I'm not gonna tell you.
You know, I'll
exactly.
give one there. Yeah, so that gives them to 14.
$14 final answer. Yay! Okay, I lied. I'll tell you a little bit. I'll clue you in. You're not quite there. Okay, 15 will hit.
All right.
It feels like too. I can't have you spend Mojo and be one away. That'd be a bad move. So, you could roll
So Ivan-
damage. She has 1 hit point left, so you can tell us.
I rolled a
what
1.
does this look like.
So I rolled a 1. And Ivan, it's just like really awkward throw, because Ivan's not really like the athletic type, but he thinks that it's an incredible throw when he does it. He's like, perfect, and it like just sort of barely does the job. She's like, oh, I can't believe I just died like that. I'm sure Tequila Sheila's just rolling her eyes as she dies.
She, as she gets hit in the face, finally, John, your character that was trying to tackle her, you successfully do so, and manage to drop her into the pit of spikes below, where she goes splat and skewers herself on one of the 3-foot tall spikes. Yeah, so is there any grandstanding that is going along with this?
From Ivan?
Yeah.
No, actually he wants to go for the loot.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's go next to Nick. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Real quick. X Dogs Forever, thank you for the $15 donation to support the ACL Foundation. That is going to give each of our players another 3 points of mojo, and has brought us up to $95 raised tonight. So thank you so much. Oh, and I guess I haven't mentioned, so there is a goal. The goal is to raise $500 this month. If we raise $500 by the end of February, our resident mind flayer, Cephalos, will come on the stream and run maybe another DCC game. If you go on the YouTube channel, there's a video of Cephalos running a adventure, and so if you want to play with Cephalos the mind flayer, that's the way to make that happen. So thank you so much, and thank you for the follow, by the way. I didn't acknowledge that earlier. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
Okay, so Louis G, being the agile person that he is, I think is gonna try to go over to the ladder, and I'm assuming this is like swinging like ring between rings. And
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So he was gonna probably attempt that. I want Chore to probably run down the middle, and I'm gonna have Gary just kind of wait for everything to get done.
Okay. Sounds
He
good.
knows he's not strong and that he's not good at anything, and he's gonna let everyone
He's gonna
else
wait
take
it
care
out.
of it. Yeah.
Sounds good. So your character that's heading over to the ladder, we'll say that they get over there, they can get up the ladder, and then we'll start having them do the check to get across on your next round. Who am I missing? Marine, you're next up.
I am next up. So, Robert is taking a look at the gear that he got off of the Carousel of Death, and notices that, oh, these are bolos. I can actually like throw these, and some razors on them. I have no idea how to throw a bolo, but he's going to go ahead and try and entangle the feet of the other person standing in the middle, hopefully missing all of the other people standing in the way. He's going to try and entangle those feet.
Sure. Make an attack roll, agility check essentially.
16?
16 on Uncle Turnbuckle.
Yep.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. So that is a d6 entanglement. So let's try that. 5.
5 points
And
of
he's-
damage. So the
And entanglement.
they go flying, they kind of wrap around his ankles, and they have these spikes and just kind of slice at his Achilles. You can see the grumpy old dwarf, son of a bitch, and he kind of they wrap up and get his legs real tight. So I'm gonna say anybody that makes an attack roll against him, you would get a D24 to hit him rather than just a D20.
Nice.
And he's a little bit impaired in terms of movement. So if you want to move right around him, you can easily do so right now. Okay. Anything else? Any other characters? Is everyone gone?
Shirley's just like she's gonna step around because you said we could step around, and so high heeling stepping around and giving the bound up dwarf a little shove with her foot.
Okay. Okay, you want to try to topple him in? Make a strength check with a D24.
Okay, I'm gonna make
Have a point of mojo.
2 points
And
of
it's like, you
mojo.
can do this.
I'll add some mojo as well.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll lose mojo, and it's 24 plus however many mojos.
Oh, you rolled a natural 24.
Oh no, sorry, no, 22. I can't count. 22. However many mojos.
And then I think there was +3 on that, it looked like. So, yeah, you go and with his legs bound up like that, manage to kick him over the side. Yeah, I was going to say, like, if the number was lower, I was going to have him do a save to see if he could maybe catch himself on the lip, but he's not going to beat 20.
Not when you get a
something.
stiletto to the face.
Yeah.
No.
So he goes toppling on the other side, splat on a spike. So
And, just sort of like wiggle my butt and head right across the bridge.
sounds good. So we're gonna go down into the pit, and Anthony, you had a character down there, right?
Yeah.
You could see scurrying out from the shadows, two, actually it turns out to be goblins, carrying, what do they have for weapons? They have ice picks in hand.
Uh-oh.
And they scurry out, and they're gonna move up right to where you just like landed on the floor, and two of them are gonna come out and try to attack you. And one gets a critical hit. Does 5 points of damage.
No.
Oh, man. Was that Sep?
That was Sep.
Oh, man.
Oh.
No.
What are his cows gonna do now?
Who will milk them now?
My cheese hookup.
And just as everyone was celebrating on the center
If
platform,
only I had a health potion.
What? What?
so we'll go back over to John. What are your characters up to?
Where are the other characters? Are there any down in the spikes?
I believe I think he was the only one that went down there, right?
And Nick has a character who's trying to use the.
Right now he's on the ladder, and as he sees everyone die, he may not decide to take that route.
Okay, well, we're looking at the rings and trying to ascertain if they're safe, and slowly making our way down the rest of the platform. If we see anything in the rings, we're going to call it to Nick and try and give him some help.
Sounds good. Anything from Anthony's characters?
Character, singular.
Character, you got one. Okay,
Oh, no.
I'll try to remember that.
Yeah, Jennifer is just gonna go ahead and sprint for that next door. I think is it just right across there?
Yes.
Yeah, she's gonna make make a run for it as a trized.
MJ.
All right. So you said that there were two chests. That you said there was an archway over to them.
Yeah, just so that one if you were on the ground level, you could pass from one side to the other. But you have to.
Yeah, you can ask Sep how that's going.
Yes.
I see.
Like under the bridge. There's archways so you
Okay.
can move to and fro.
Okay. Yeah, Ivan's not gonna do that. he's a nihilist, but he's not stupid. So he's gonna go. He's gonna, just go past the dead former X guys, XCrawl guys. He's gonna take some blood on the way out, just like with his fingers, and he's gonna like paint a little thing because he's just like really happy to be where he is, really enjoying the moment. And then he's gonna go to the end, and then Rusty is just gonna mosey on through. He's strictly business. He does not want to risk falling into this spike trap.
Sounds good. So the destination for all is the door.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Nick.
So, seeing that everything in the middle is done, and there is a clear path, I think everyone in my group is going to try to just make their way to the door. There's no need to take the chance on these rings if there's.
Sounds good. Gonna take the safe path. You can hear like the crowd starts booing, like they're just like as you're climbing down the ladder, they're just start like swearing and cussing at him. But
I give it right back to him.
give him one of
Luigi
these.
gives it right back. Yeah.
Awesome. Marine, your characters.
So Shirley's already across, right? And just continuing to go. And so that leaves Robert, and he's really feeling awful about not giving Sepp that health potion. So there's no sign of life. Looks at the bowls. Is there no sign of life? And then
The cowbell has fallen silent.
cowbell has fallen silent. And and
Do we just
pulls
hear
his glasses a little bit closer so that no one can see the little tear like streaming down his eye, and heads across.
All right.
Do we just hear the goblins running around with the cowbell now?
Yeah, I think so. They're probably like, ooh,
You're grandstanding with it.
Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so you all make it across and get through to this next door. What do y'all think? Do you want to take a quick break, bio break? Keep going? I could go either way.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take let's say a 10-minute break. When we come back, we will finish up. We're pretty much right at the halfway mark, so we're making good time. So, all right, thanks everybody out there. Thank you for the donations. We appreciate that. Keep them coming. Yeah, we'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Hey everybody, we are back. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight on 20 Sides to Every Story. We are playing through the adventure. It's the level 0 funnel that you can find if you buy the XCrawl Classics core book. So you got a couple of adventures right at the back of the book that you can play, and this is one of them. Great way to get your campaign or your group started with a good old funnel. We've got some people here still alive, so we'll see if we can do something about that here in the next area. So they've overcome a few of the dungeon's challenges. You make your way through the archway from the last area, and you're going up some stairs, and you can see that there's an archway into the next, and you can hear the roar of yet another crowd as you make your way out and onto the next arena floor. And so here, the first thing you see going up is that on the to the right, I guess from your perspective over to the left, there's this big massive golden door. It's at least 12 feet high, 6 feet wide, and there's a massive keyhole at the center that is encrusted with violet, emerald, and golden jewels. There is a metallic white treasure chest on a platform opposite the giant door, over the opposite side over here, that is glittering with jewels. Once you are all inside here, the archway behind you There's a door that drops down and closes, slamming shut. So you are in this arena now, and you can see DJ Glitterbomb now wearing sequined leather armor. Her left arm is now some kind of a small cannon, and she calls down from a balcony high above you, her voice amplified by hidden speakers. Congratulations, Crawl hopefuls, on making it this far. While I've DJ'd for other teams, you are the first to win my heart. My hopes and prayers to mighty Apollo go with you. She bows her head for a quick moment of prayer, and then looks up and winks. Now, it's time to learn about the true magic of XCrawl, the magic of corporate sponsorship. She grins and salutes you, and then takes aim at your group with her cannon arm, which it turns out is a t-shirt cannon. She begins firing, and you see a crimson jersey shoot through the air into your midst. The red shirt is followed by a blue one, then a yellow one, all emblazoned with the Eversharp Blades logo. She keeps shooting jerseys in primary colors until there's one for everyone. XCrawl's Got Talent thanks Eversharp Blades for sponsoring this room. It's just like their advertisement. If it's not Eversharp, your chances look dull. Let's hope that your chances are good against my creatures who kindly volunteered to participate in today's contest. And at that, she throws her arms up and 3 panels beneath her balcony, all of which have the Eversharp logo on them, open. And out fly 3 bizarre creatures. They almost look like winged pterodactyls, but instead of having like a Jurassic-like head, they have television sets for heads. Each television set plays advertisements for Eversharp, but the way that they are moving makes you think that the creatures are watching you from these television screen faces of theirs. So as we begin here, let's go ahead and let's actually formally assign colored t-shirts to the group. So, John, you've got 3 characters. You're going to have one of each colored t-shirt. Let's see. Nick, you also, all 3 of your characters have one each, and you can determine who has what. Anthony, tell me that name of that character that is left.
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Jennifer is, she's a Tri-Zeta, and I think their color, you said you have a red. Tri-Zates love red.
Perfect. So you get one of the red shirts. Marine, you have 2 characters left.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is going to get a blue shirt, and one of them is going to get a gold shirt. And then MJ, you have 2 left. One of them will get a red shirt, and one of them will get a blue shirt.
All right.
And so these winged things are flying about in the air, kind of circling up overhead. You all are positioned on the north side here, just outside that door that you just came through. And so we're going to...
What are those 3 things in the middle of the room here? There's like 3 shapes. It looks like snails or something.
Yeah. I think they're representing the 3 pterodactyl creatures.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of because I don't have anything else here. So, yeah, that's what makes sense. All right, we'll go first to MJ. Your characters are up first.
Alrighty. So Ivan decides to take another shot with the sling, and try and hit one of those TV monsters. Doesn't seem like there's any place to really hide or run to before doing it, so he's just gonna where he is, just go for it.
Okay, that sounds good.
And I rolled an 8.
An 8 will miss.
All right. And then Rusty starts making a jog for the chest.
Sounds good. Using all of your movement, I'll say you can get there, but you can't do anything with the chest yet.
Okay.
All right. Coming up next will be Jennifer.
Jennifer is going to follow Rusty, but kind of have his back. So, like, while he's running, like, probably facing the chest, she's going to be probably a little slower, but behind him with this gladius she picked up out and following right behind him.
Sounds good.
But-
We're going to hit one of these chests one of these days. Okay. So these three pterodactyl-like creatures, there's one that's red, one that's blue, and one that's gold. The one that's red is going to come sailing down and dive at MJ. You've got two characters. Which one has a
Yep.
lower luck score?
Ivan, the
Ivan.
painter.
This one's going to dive bomb at him. And try to bite. An 11 to hit.
I don't. How do I know if it hits?
Armor class.
I do not see an armor class on my sheet.
It's underneath the shield on the right.
Yeah, next to what looks like a pizza wedge.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. 11. It's 11.
Okay, so he gets you. And he
Dang it.
deals 4 points of damage.
Oh, Ivan is toast. He had 1.
So now Rusty is your last one, right?
Yep. Rusty, trusty Rusty.
Trusty
Rusty's your
Rusty.
ride or die.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. The blue one comes diving down and is going to come at one of John's characters. So which one of your characters is the lowest luck?
Lucky.
Perfect. But he must be lucky, at least in the circumstance that he didn't get hit. I don't think. Does an 8 hit?
No, AC of 13.
Okay. And then the last one here, the gold dactyl is going to go after one of Nick's characters. Which one has the lowest luck score?
I think you're muted.
I have 2 that are tied for the lowest luck.
Okay. Pick your least favorite child in that one. This thing is like sailing up
Nick's
above,
choice.
and the TV screen lights up in this this just radiant gold beam shoots down from the screen down at that character.
Okay, Chore.
An 18 to hit.
Chore's gonna die.
Chore
Or
takes 8 points of damage.
Oh,
His ass is grass.
It's maybe not as violent looking as you were expecting as the blast hits him. It just looks like someone tackled him. He just gets kind of burrowed, face plants into the dirt and kind of gets wedged there. But it looks like he's still breathing. But for the purposes of XCrawl, he has been
He's got it.
disqualified. His career is done, but he doesn't die like a brutal death.
He
All
was
right.
just a servant.
Yeah. Maybe
What
maybe
color
there's going to
shirt
be a role on the team for a water boy or something. You can find something for him to do.
So if anybody wants it, he had a +1 dagger.
All right, Marine,
Loot Chore.
you're up next.
I luck. Shirley is the I. At this
Actually, I need to pause real quick. MJ, the character that died.
yes.
What
Ivan.
Ivan, what color shirt was Ivan wearing?
He was wearing blue.
Okay, he's still dead.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Mine was
Marine.
wearing gold. Gold, if it matters.
Yours was wearing gold?
Yeah, mine matched the TV screen color.
Oh. When he gets hit
he
by
have
that
to-
blast, nothing happens to him.
Oh, he's still alive?
He's still alive.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Do you want the stagger back?
Yeah, give me that back.
Oh, okay.
He just like tripped, like he didn't get knocked out. He just stumbled over his own feet and he gets
Yeah.
back up.
The rest of the team's like, no. They didn't even get that.
Sorry, Maureen, I had to go back because I just realized
Another XCrawl
I
fake
didn't
out.
ask.
And it makes no difference because Shirley isn't smart enough to make the connection. And so she's still going to go head over to, she's just going to go head over to the chest because there is some safety in numbers and she can always pull somebody in front of her.
Sounds good.
Where,
This is totally scripted.
yeah. And then Robert is like horrified because he's looking down. I have on a blue shirt, and tries to pull his very, very shiny jacket closer over the shirt, and also follow Shirley because so far she seems to be doing fine.
Sounds good. Let's go next to Anthony. No, I already did you.
I think
John.
me.
My 3 team members start to move towards the treasure chest. They're moving slowly. The dwarf, Doc, is holding up his shield to protect his mates. And as they move, they are singing the ever sharp jingle.
Oh, okay. Would you like to do a grandstanding here?
Yes, I would.
All right. Go ahead and do.
Can I give him mojo for his
I'll give
grand?
Mojo for this as well.
Yeah, you can. It's a D20 roll, so.
Should I just roll?
Yep.
Take a mojo from me.
Looks like a +1 on there. And
A
then
12.
you add your personality modifier if you have one.
One of them has a +1. The others have 0.
Whichever one's doing the singing the jingle.
Oh, that'd be Lucky the Plumber. +1. So 12 plus 1 is 13.
13.
Plus the mojo.
14.
14.
I give 1 as well, so 15.
15. All right. So
Yeah, he's really getting into it now.
the crowd is responding to this. Yeah. So you probably don't have a spot for it on the level 0 sheet.
Yeah.
But make a note that you just got a point of fame.
Ever sharp. That's the name. If you want it cut, use ever sharp.
Marketing genius right there.
Awesome. Then I think Nick, you're the last to go.
I am. I'm trying to decide if I want to try to attack this thing. No. We're all running towards the treasure chest.
Going over to the treasure chest. Okay. Sounds good. That'll bring us back to the top. And MJ, it is your turn. You got Rusty.
All right, Rusty would like to figure out some way to open up this treasure chest. I don't know if it's locked or not, but that's his goal right now.
It does appear to be locked. Tell me a little bit about, like, you know, how are you standing? What are you carrying in your hands?
Well, I've got a club and I've got a masterwork lighter. I've also got 20 feet of rope. Not all in my hands at once, but I also have a flashlight and a sports bottle. And I feel like, yeah.
You got the club
What
in
would
hand?
Rusty do? Yes, I do have the club in hand.
And what shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing a red shirt.
So as you're sitting there in front of the treasure chest, maybe contemplating, well, I don't know what you might be contemplating. Maybe you're thinking, I'm going to bash
Rusty's
this
thinking
thing
about
open.
hitting it with the club, yeah.
So as you're looking at your club, you notice that there's like kind of this nimbus of like red aura around your club. And as for the rest of you, if you're holding a weapon, you would also notice a similar phenomenon happening with whatever weapon you're holding in hand. It would have an aura that is the color of the shirt that you were wearing.
All right. Well, Rusty sees, I guess, the red aura, and he thinks that's good enough for me. Sometimes when you're working on the tracks, you just gotta give something a nice whack. And so he hits the chest with the club.
And it seems like as you do, it has nothing to do with like the force of how hard you hit it, but almost as soon as you do, there's like a clicking sound, and you hear the mechanisms inside go to work, and they unlatch, and this thing automatically pops open. And there's an announcer that announces down. There's like some kind of like oversized certificate or something that is sitting in there in like velvet inside, but it seems that all you had to do is open, and like the actual prize is being announced down as you hear, "Congratulations, Rusty! You and your surviving team have all earned yourselves 1,000 gold pieces each and an audition at the Terre Haute Community Conjuring College." And so you just got a free ride scholarship. If you decide to become a wizard or something, you can take up wizarding classes at the community college. And
I don't even know what that is.
So. Let's see. After you is Jennifer.
Am I considered part of his team since I'm wearing a red shirt as well, or is that like just his little posse?
It's like anybody, any of the characters here. So your surviving character.
All of us.
I got a scholarship?
Yeah. So the big benefit there is if you decide to become a blaster, or like a wizard or whatever, you get to choose one of your starting spells rather than roll it randomly.
Oh, very cool.
So that's the
right.
big benefit there.
Okay. So I don't need to whack it too, because the red's whacked it then.
It's already
All
open.
Right.
Yep.
All right. What are the television pterodactyls doing?
Now, the red one is down over. It is like on the ground. It had just attacked MJ's character.
Okay.
The blue one had dive bombed one of John's characters, I want to say. So it's on the ground, like it's in, you could get up to it with melee. The gold one is up in the sky and has been.
And that one shot a laser at the yellow shirt and
survived.
He was okay.
Yes. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna charge for Zeta right at that red pterodactyl because I'm over by the chest there. I think based on what you're showing, I'm just gonna go full speed at it with everything I've got, and make like a big risky attack at it.
Yeah.
Does XCrawl have the same thing as DCC? Like if I go risky, I can drop my armor class by 2, but I get a +2 on the roll?
I'm good with that.
All right. Cool. Come on, Jennifer, for Zeta. 9 + 2, 11.
Mojo.
Mojo, I'll give you 3 Mojo.
I get Mojo as well.
So 16?
16 hits.
D6. The Gladius. 5.
Five points. Okay. Let's see. This is the red one.
Yep. Yeah, she's going like right at it and just full on. She's dressed posh as hell. She's going for this.
As you hit it, like it like drops flying altogether and just like is on its hindquarters and is just like, roaring at you. It's ready to pick up this fight in melee. That'll bring us to the pterodons then.
Pterodons.
You can see this one. This one is like looking at you in your red shirt and kind of backtracking a little bit, and then it looks over at the one that survived the blast. Nick, who was that?
That's
Chore.
Chore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chore, but he's gonna take up the red blast from this one.
Damn.
A 19 to hit.
Bye, Chore. It was nice knowing you.
It was meant to be 7 points.
Yeah, he's gone.
Is it still the very peaceful death?
It
that
is still
we
the peaceful death. He's not obliterated, but
My dagger's up for grabs again.
he's gonna be watching the replay of this for the rest of his life. Like, dang it. The blue one.
I just like that he got blasted twice. So he probably like gets blasted the first time. It's like, I'm okay. Bam.
Marine, which of your characters has the lowest luck?
The lowest luck is Shirley.
So that blue one is going to move over to Shirley. What color shirt is Shirley wearing?
Gold.
Oh.
Damn.
Shirley.
The bite is a 21 to hit.
Oh, total hit.
1 point of damage.
Oh, geez, that's exactly what I have.
Oh, there was a chance. There was a chance.
Yes.
So this isn't so peaceful. This is it the television screen like becomes teeth. Like, it isn't just a television screen. This is like augmented by magic, right? So the thing kind of turns almost mimic like and becomes a hinged jaw and just crunches down and rips her in half.
Oh, poor Shirley.
Crowd cheering at this point.
Crowd is cheering. Yep, there's some awes, there's some sounds of disappointment as well, but mostly cheers.
Gary is going, thank you, even though he's done absolutely nothing the entire time.
And Lucky, you're going to be taking one of the beam from the gold one up top. What shirt is Lucky wearing?
He is wearing gold.
So
Oh, wow, lucky gold.
he gets hit by the beam, and it does nothing.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring us to Marine. So you've got a surviving character. Who is that?
That is Robert.
Robert. Okay. So Robert, what are you up to?
Judgmental Robert.
I'm wearing a blue shirt, and that blue pterodactyl is right there. And I have a very sharp, but it is not an ever sharp. It's a fang short sword.
Ooh.
So I think I'm going to go ahead and lose it all together and decide I'm going to go ahead and try and kill the thing that killed Shirley.
Have a mojo.
Thank you.
Mojo from me as well.
Okay. And it's a 19, 20, 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And let me see. What was the fang's damage?
D6.
D6. Okay. Which one likes? I will use this one. It's a 6.
6 points of damage. All right. So you go and stick your sword into, you slash at the side of the dactyl. It screeches. It's obviously not happy about this, but it looks pretty robust yet. These are tough creatures. And as you may recall, your objective is not to kill the pterodactyls. I'll just put that in the air as we go to John.
So we've opened up the chest. There's not a key there or anything.
Nope.
There's nothing else in this entire field. There's only the door.
Only the door that has the lock that is surrounded by the 3 crystals.
And the crystals are emerald and gold.
Emerald, gold, and
Ruby.
that's what would make sense. I'll just double check my description here.
So not. I was wondering if they were going to match our colors, red, blue, and gold, but it sounds like it doesn't because emerald is green.
But yellow and blue makes green.
Violet, emerald, and golden jewels.
All right. Well, we're gonna make our. Had been going to the chests. We'll turn around and make our way backwards. On our way back, is there a pterodactyl we can hit?
Yes, the red one is down there.
All right, we will go after that one. All three of us.
What's our shirt colors again? We got red,
Red,
Doc
blue,
is wearing
and
red.
gold.
blue, and gold. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Doc is wearing red, Butch is wearing blue, and Lucky's wearing gold.
Okay.
Doc rolled an 8. I assume that misses.
That misses.
Butch rolls an 11. I think he's got any bonuses here. Nope, he has a negative. And then Lucky rolls a 19.
That
Heinous.
will hit.
And Lucky's got a spear. That does 1d8. And that's a 6. And he has a 15 strength.
Oh, so you get a +1 bonus to that.
I think so.
So 7 total.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So you get spear right into like kind of the vital region of its chest, and you have to kind of yank that back, and you can see the thing is just again like blood pouring down, big gaping hole there.
Yeah.
This thing is still it has a lot of fight in it.
And I yell, and that, folks, is ever sharp quality manufacturing right there.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to Nick.
Alrighty, so Louie and Gary are to try to run to the door. And if they can make it, they are red and blue, so they want to try to hit the violet. They're going to Wonder Twin powers.
Touching your weapons to the door.
Yeah.
And you could see that the violet and the emerald dim.
Oh.
Oh, both do?
Yes.
Okay.
And then now it's just the gold.
Okay, I don't know who has gold, but hurry up over here.
All right, we'll go to Rusty next.
Rusty doesn't have gold, but he does have a club, and he also does not want to mess with those raptor guys, those pterodactyls, after seeing what just went down, see how much fight they have left. So he's just gonna, run to the door.
Book it over there? Sure.
Yeah, and while he's running towards the door, he is also thinking about those Eversharp blades and how he has a few back home that I wish he had right now.
Awesome. So you're making your way, you kind of clear over to the you're like right behind the door, basically, like as Nick's characters are starting to unlock it. And we'll go over to Jennifer.
Jennifer also is not in gold. So we have the 3 pterodons. The chest has been taken care of. All that's left looks like is the door. Then, so she'll back away from the pterodon and be ready to try and dodge some blast tries to hit her and make her way backwards towards the door.
Sounds good. So then it becomes the pterodons. John, which character was it? Was it Lucky that had the spear?
Yes.
And Lucky is wearing what color shirt?
Gold.
Gold.
Damn.
Okay. So the red one is going to turn its screen into that
He's gone.
that
We're out of
bite.
gold.
He's going to try to
Don't worry.
attack Lucky,
This is fine.
but a 6 will miss.
Lucky!
Oh.
The blue one, the blue one is going to take flight. Nick, which of your characters is wearing the red shirt?
That's Luigi.
Luigi. There's going to be
Please don't.
a
kill him.
beam that is going to shoot over at Luigi. A 15 to hit.
That hits. Can we use Mojo to bring it
I was
down?
gonna say reverse mojo.
Unfortunately,
We can have a help.
it doesn't reverse. 7 points of subdual damage, so he gets knocked down. Who's your surviving character?
Gary, and he has 1 hit point.
Gary? Oh,
Do you have a healing potion on your?
Jennifer's the
Oh, yeah, Luigi had it.
and the gold one up in the air is going to try to shoot a beam at Gary, but misses.
Oh, thank God, I at least have my anime god left.
Robert, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, having come back to my senses and not having this blue thing in front of me, I am running for the door, but I have no idea what's going on over at the door. I'm just running.
What color does Robert have?
Blue.
Damn, we're out of gold.
We have to go pick up.
Go get a shirt
someone.
somewhere.
So I gotta go get Shirley's shirt.
All right,
Oh wait, Lucky's still alive.
it's
Look at
Jeff's
it.
turn,
Lucky's still there.
and you're up.
It's my turn now.
Yes,
Is the monster still in front of us?
it is.
All right. Doc and Butch would like to attack the creature.
Okay.
Doc rolls
Mojo. Mojo.
Doc rolls an 11.
Mojo.
I give Mojo.
I think I heard
plus
plus 3
one
so
strength.
far.
Yeah, we
Right,
know
right.
15 hits them.
I think I'm at 15. Yep.
We've gotten
15
that
hits.
number before.
All right. And then I'm rolling a D8.
Ow.
1. Oh,
1
no.
point.
1 plus 1 is 2.
Okay.
All right.
Because he
Two.
is sick.
At this juncture, it's got so many wounds. You
Yeah.
can tell one more well-placed hit will take
Okay.
care of it.
All right. Well, Butch, the musician, says nothing really matters anyways. And he rolls a 11.
Mojo.
Mojo.
All right, Mojo.
I think a 15.
Got the 15. All right.
And that was a club.
Mojo left.
It's a D4. And a 4 minus 1 is 3 because he's weak.
All right. Tell us about the kill.
He swings the club and he says, "This club is symbolic of my ennui." And whatever.
Crowd's going
Right.
crazy.
Right.
They weren't expecting to see one of these
Yep.
things fall, but they're all cheering your name in unison as the final blow is dealt to that one.
Now, if my movement calculator is correct, Lucky is now in the center of the room. He's going to run halfway to the door and throw his spear at the door.
Excellent. Just give me a DC 5 agility check.
No! Mojo, Mojo,
Mojo, Mojo.
I wish I could get the camera. Look at it. It's a 5.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay. So
Plus one, so a 6.
it's kind of, it looks a little shaky as you're throwing it, and everyone's like on edge as they watch as the thing kind of starts dipping just a little too soon, but it just clips the bottom of the door, and you see the last light in that jewel dim, and there's a loud as all of the dactyls kind of fly over to the DJ platform over here, just perch. It seems that they're no longer harassing the group.
XCrawl!
And I think with that, if you all want to do a grandstanding at the end of this encounter, you may. It's a D20 plus your personality.
One for player or one for each character?
At this point, I'm going to say one per character sounds fine with me. We've done a pretty
Player
good job
anyway.
whittling it down, yeah.
Gary got an 18 because he has a +2 to personality.
Gary gets a point of fame.
Rusty got a
Yeah,
13.
Gary did nothing the entire fight.
Screw you,
Okay.
Gary. Gary steps in front of Jennifer. And she's not seen it all by the camera. She got
he
it.
pulls out he's the anime hero, so he pulls out his fake Buster Sword and is doing the like swing around that Cloud does when you win the battle,
Yeah.
and puts it back.
Perfect.
After not using it.
Yeah, he didn't use it the whole time.
Robert got a 7, and
Okay.
so
I think the next highest I heard was a 13, and that doesn't quite
Yeah,
get there.
Yeah, Rusty got a 13. He just tips his hat. He's an honest working man.
Yeah, Robert goes and just sort of like stands next to Rusty and shakes his hand.
Yeah, all the attention is on Gary at the moment.
Doc the dwarf rolled a 1. So I assume while he was trying to celebrate, he fell on his butt.
Yeah.
I pushed him out of the way.
There you go.
Lucky rolled an 8. I don't think that's going to do anything.
No.
The musician, Butch, rolled an 18.
Okay, so he gets a point of fame as well. Makes sense. That's the character that did the little jingle earlier, right?
Yep.
So awesome. So you all soaking it in, you move into the next room and are relieved to see that it is a break room filled with your loved ones and supporters and several reporters. And DJ Glitterbomb herself is here, her prosthetic arm now ending in an elegant faux hand holding a champagne flute. Everyone cheers as you enter. Glitterbomb quiets the room and says, "Congratulations, crawlers, on having done so well so far. Take a moment, rest, refresh yourselves before your final challenges." She then leaves, giving you all a moment with your friends and family. There is a camera crew in here, and they're all flooding over to Gary. They're like, Gary, can you give us a word? What was it like being? You're the one that solved the door puzzle.
Yeah, it was easy. This is nothing.
And they're gonna move over. I'm sorry, John. What was the name of your musician character?
Butch.
So they go over and they're like, Butch. Oh, that was so inspired. What that song you came up with just out of thin air. You pulled these words, these musings. So tell us, how did you become such a prolific songwriter?
I reach into the emptiness that is my heart and ponder about the disappointment that I am to my father, and then, junk and stuff.
Wow, that is deep. That runs to the core of what it means to be human.
I know.
We all have a father we've disappointed somewhere.
You're welcome.
Awesome. It seems that you're in here. You're just kind of waiting. Is there anything any of your characters is doing, or words that you're passing, interactions you're having with family? Kind of leave it to you to describe what this moment is. You can feel that your last challenge is but moments away.
Jennifer's there, probably with 2 of her Trizate sisters who are waiting there for her, and they're all hugs and, "Oh my God, you've done so great! Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Yeah, that guy Sepp was such an idiot. He went down that thing, and now that bell's gone. Thank God that bell's gone. That bell was horrible. Oh my gosh!" And they're just chittering away.
We've got a representative from the rail company that showed up to support Rusty because he doesn't really have a family outside of that. And they don't really know what to talk about. They've never met themselves each other before. And then Rusty sort of trails off and he's looking at everybody else having fun. And he's like, "Yep." And he doesn't know what to do with himself. He just holds his hands out.
Eventually, the camera crew might notice that you're easy access, and they'll come on over and they say, Rusty. Couple of bold plays out there. It was looking a little touch and go in that first room, but here you are. You're still standing tall. Can you tell us how does it feel to have come so far?
Rusty is terrified of the cameras. He's never sort of like been in this situation before with all these eyes on him. He's like, oh yeah, so, yep.
Okay. That was something. Hey, give Rusty a hand, everybody. And this slow clap a little bit, awkward. As things are kind of wrapping up, you can see that there's a producer that is looking at the ref and like tapping on a watch, and the ref says, "Oh, okay. Crawlers, please come. The last challenge is just ahead." And he's pointing to the door that leads out of the break room.
Now? Gotta go now?
We're almost at the end of commercial.
Okay. I'm assuming. Oh, never mind. Okay, let's go.
The one thing that Butch would do is he'd go back, he'd get that dagger +1. No one was looking.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, Gannifer's going to be like, Gary, stop hogging the camera. Stop hogging the camera.
The door opens. And you can see there's a small hall here. But you can tell, again, like the thunderous applause and cheer, the anticipation is just on the other side of these double doors. Several cameramen that are right at the end. It seems like they're trying to get that shot of you coming out of the tunnel as the doors part and lead you into this final chamber. A huge crowd cheers as you enter, and you can see that you are entering into a cylindrical room built out of stacked rings with a trap door in the center of the floor marked "No Go." Dozens of stringed instruments are hanging on the walls. Electric guitars, harps, there's big pairs of cymbals, you name it, whatever you can think of. There's a set of musical instruments there, seemingly just hanging off the walls. And
It's your moment, Butch.
yeah. Each instrument looks both functional, and there's some kind of augmentation to it that makes it just maybe seem a little bit like it could be wielded as a weapon. Serrated blades on the edge of a guitar, or the cymbals just look a little heavier duty than normal. And as you're examining all of that, suddenly your attention is drawn up as you look all the way up to the ceiling, and there are these wicked blades that are fastened just to the at the center, just blades, kind of Willy Wonka style blades that are swirling ever so with a bit of acceleration. You can only imagine that is going to become a problem in due time. DJ Glitterbomb appears on an AVS screen that descends into view. On the screen, there's an explosion of light, and she grins as the first strains of a guitar solo begin to play. She is wearing a tiara of sparklers and is brandishing an arm crafted from copper, etched with images of rockets and fireworks. The arm's pointing finger fires a continuous fountain of sparks. Grats for making it this far, crawlers! I have been where you are, and I can say from experience that you should all be proud of yourselves. Your names will assuredly go down in XCrawl history. But remember, your actions here serve the glory of the Empire. The gods of Olympus watch you, and all who are brave and gifted enough to step into this arena. May mighty Apollo, god of song, give you the strength to rock your final challenge. She lifts her arm, and a glittering ball of light shoots into the air overhead. It explodes, and showers of brightly colored sparks begin to fall from the ceiling. And then the walls start to turn as the AVS screen withdraws into the ceiling. The walls move slowly at first, but gain speed with every revolution. A trapdoor in the ceiling springs open, and you see a giant humanoid creature descending, beating its massive fists against its chest, roaring in time to the swells of guitar anthem. At first, you're looking at it. Is it an ogre? But as you get a better look, you can realize that it is hewn from living stone. and it is wearing a t-shirt blazoned with a phrase, "Thank the gods for rock." I think there is an image of the big rock monster just over to the left if you want to take a look at that.
Pretty
Yeah.
safe.
Oh, very cool.
So he is suspended in the air by the trapdoor, and he is being lowered into the arena. He's not on the ground floor just now. This thing is lowering down very slowly as we start. And we will start things off with MJ with Rusty.
All right, so Rusty, I feel like Rusty may have played a little bit of banjo back in the day. So are those instruments still around?
Yes, they are spinning around, but you can go and try to claim one.
I'm gonna try to claim the most banjo-looking one that there is.
All right, and you go, and it's still moving slowly enough that it's easy enough for you just to pluck one off the wall, and you grab it.
All right. How far away is this this rock monster?
I think we'll say he's up 60 feet in the air.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just grab the banjo and I'll just hold on to it as like just brace myself. Maybe like, try and get a little prepared for what's to come.
Sounds good. That will bring us to Marine. And that is Robert.
Yes, Robert has his eye firmly on a flute, assuming there's a flute.
Yeah, what does this flute look like, do you think?
Okay, so this flute is going to be silver, and flute keys, they have all of these struts along the side, and there is very clearly a trip, one of the last keys, and if you trip that, you're going to have a beautiful set of small daggers go
Okay.
with every note that you play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Robert has fond memories of playing flute in middle school and high school, and God knows even college, and grabs it off of the wall and prepares to limber up his embouchure.
All right, sounds good. Rock Golem. I guess that's what I can call him. Yeah, he's a rock golem. He's up on that trapdoor that's like descending down, big heavy chains on the platform as he's just like looking down and he's just beating his chest. Rah! He lets out this primal roar that the crowd's cheering. There's rock music that's just blaring down, but he can't do anything from where he's at just yet. Let's go next to Nick. You've got Gary.
All right. I'm gonna go grab an instrument. I think Gary's gonna go for the most fantasy anime looking harp that there is. Like, and I've noticed that you said that he was wearing a shirt, right?
Yeah, he's got like a.
What did it say on it?
Thank the gods for rock.
Okay, so that's what I thought. I've noticed that this whole thing's kind of about rock music, and she was thanking the gods. So maybe we're just gonna pray to whatever god listens to us, because I've got 1 HP and a harp.
Sounds good.
That's our album, right? 1 HP and a harp.
Yeah.
HP and a heart.
So you grabbed a harp. What do you think of this thing looks like? How would it function as a weapon?
Oh, its only option is as a bludgeoning weapon.
Okay, just like literally, it's like they hit them over the head with the harp.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. Let's go next to Anthony, and you've got Jennifer.
Okay, so it's pretty much any type of musical instrument around here. Like I could pick up anything I want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so.
All right, what's Jennifer gonna go for?
Didgeridoo.
Pole vaults up to the platform.
Vibrate it to pieces.
A vuvuzela, something horrible. No, she doesn't want to embarrass herself with the trizates. So is there just like a regular, like maybe like an acoustic guitar? Like
Yeah.
she's gonna go for an acoustic guitar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And then, go ahead.
Can it be like a ZZ Top guitar? So like if she wanted to, she could spin it around on her belt.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
+1 to grandstanding. And let's see, John, you've got 2 left, right?
3.
3 left. Oh my gosh. Okay,
I know. I have to do something about that.
I'll
So
try.
Doc the Dwarf selects a tuba that's nearly as big as him. And there is a large cannon-like structure on the side of it. Our Butch, the punk rocker, selects an electric bass, of course, the blackest one he can find, and it has a serrated edge. And Lucky, the plumber, remembers fondly his music lessons with Mr. Riley and selects a pair of bagpipes.
Awesome. So the group is entirely equipped out with a very diverse selection of musical instruments. That's awesome. The platform descends another 10 feet, so he's like I don't know, about maybe 50 feet above the ground at this point. And Rusty, it is your turn.
All right. I'm mustering up all of my banjo knowledge that I've had over the years, playing it on the train. And I just play a little ditty. Just waiting for him to get close enough. I've got a 20-foot rope. I've already decided once he gets close enough, I'm gonna try to rope him in and pull him down. So
Sounds good.
I'm just playing a ditty.
Robert, you're up next.
Robert actually is at least as smart as an ordinary person, unlike Shirley. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to actually play this flute. And picking up on Rusty's ditty. What is your ditty, Rusty?
Trying to think of a train-based song.
Midnight Special?
This train is bound for glory.
I'm gonna go. It's not your usual banjo song, but "Crazy Train" by Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, there you go. So I'm going to just pick up right along with that, and we're going to be riding that crazy train.
Okay. And you're playing the song.
We're playing the song, and I'm thinking, I hope Apollo appreciates this as a paean of thanks.
Sounds good. Why don't you give me Rusty and Robert? Why don't you give me personality checks?
Okay.
And while you're doing that, thank you to Tux, who just donated $50 to support the ACLU Foundation. So thank you again for the donation. Let's see. Math is hard. Is that 10 points?
It's 10.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 mojo.
10 mojo to each player, and they're in the final boss area. So I'm sure this will not matter at all, right?
No, not at all.
Thanks, Tux. All right, how did those personality checks go?
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Mojo.
Oh, Mojo. Okay.
5 and 5.
Whoa.
I'll give Robert Mojo from my end.
Okay.
And thank you. And thank you to Tux.
Yes. Okay.
Cute.
So I think with that, so it sounds like MJ, yours is going up to a 15. You're giving some to Marine. I think with that combined performance there, everyone during this encounter can get a +1 to attack rolls. A little
Nice.
enhancement
Ooh.
bonus.
Cute.
We're playing into the rock theme. But coming up next is the rock golem, who's no stranger to rock. Goes ahead and grabs a big chunk, kind of cleaves his fingers right into where there's a cleft behind this big almost boulder-sized rock that makes up part of his shoulder. Rips that off and is going to chuck it down at Lucky. And that is going to be... Does he get a bonus on that? A 12 to hit.
Ooh, AC 13.
Okay, so it
Dang,
misses.
Lucky.
Unless somebody would like to give the Rock Golem some mojo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing it wrong. It's actually not an attack roll, and it doesn't target anyone in particular. He chucks...
Oh.
Sorry about that. He chucks the rock down. Everyone on the floor must make a DC 11 reflex save.
Oh, man.
Alrighty.
The reason being, as he throws that rock down, it explodes into a shower of purple light.
Ooh.
I got an 11. Jennifer's at 11.
11
16.
Saves.
18.
Saves.
16, 7, and 5. The
The
dwarf roll is 16.
The 7 and the 5, those two characters are blinded for 1 round.
Okay.
So that's that. Gary, it is your turn.
Okay. I think whatever looks like the best place to hide, that's where Gary's going.
Okay.
I understand that this is fully open.
I mean, the best place to hide if you don't want to be seen would be like right under the trap door as it's descending.
For now, yeah. We'll go there.
I don't know if it's the best place to be standing, but it's the best place to hide.
Because it's been like, well, he's not intelligent.
Okay. Fair
He's
enough.
all personality, no intelligence.
All right.
And I think he's he kind of plays his harp a little bit, and he finds the real weapon was that it was strung with like piano wire.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of cuts him a little as he goes to.
That is going to bring us to Jennifer.
So the rock golem now we've confirmed is hostile. He's throwing pieces of himself at us.
Yes.
And how far up is he? Is there like?
He's currently 50 feet up.
Okay, and I'm sitting here with a sword, a gladius to be exact, and a guitar. Is there a symbol or something on the wall I can like grab and like try and like frisbee chuck at him?
You can, but the walls are now rotating a little bit faster. You have to make an agility check to try to grab it.
Oh yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay.
Sure. Go for a symbol here. Yeah, I got 2.
You try to grab at it. It's just going too fast. You miss it.
All right. Damn.
And that will
Grab
bring
the
us
triangle.
to John.
All right. My trusty dwarf, Doc, will use his tuba and try to shoot a cannon shot at the golem. D20?
D20.
10.
That one.
Mojo.
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 Yeah, I'll give them 2.
I'll give you
I'll give
2.
2. Yeah. That gets him to 16.
16.
Staying at 16. 16 hits.
Boom. I don't know how much damage a tuba does.
We'll say a
And you get a
D6.
+1.
A D6?
Yeah,
Forgot we had
D6.
a
5.
+1.
5 points of damage. You can see like the cracks are kind of opening up in the body,
Oh,
and like a
nice.
bit of rubble like drops off and starts like falling down off of the platform.
Ooh, sonic damage.
In my
Yeah.
depressed musician, I don't play guitar, but I know this little dial on the side of the guitar. He's like strumming it. He's trying to get the highest pitched note he possibly
Ooh.
can in an effort to sort of crack the rock, like like break a crystal.
Yeah.
And Lucky on his bagpipes is trying to do the same thing.
Okay.
Do we take damage from the bagpipes?
Just morale damage. This is possibly one of your teammates like for long term. So
So otherwise, they're just waiting for the guy to come.
okay, sounds good. That will bring. So now you see that the chain drops another 10 feet. There's 40 feet up in the air. And it is Rusty's turn.
So he's playing the ditty, and he's sort of like feeling the banjo, trying to figure out what exactly the deal is, what makes this banjo a weapon. And he's noticing that it's like very top heavy, so he could pretty much just use this thing as a hammer, and it's pretty sturdy. He can feel it in his hands. So he's thinking like as his backup, if his rope doesn't work, he'll try and smash it like a hammer. And yeah, he's still playing the ditty. He's just waiting for his moment to shine.
Sounds good. Robert.
So Robert is taking an oral cue from everybody else, trying to up the frequency of their instrument, and has a flute, and so is going to hit the highest high G that he can.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll with agility.
It is 15
+1, because we all have
plus
plus
1,
1.
16.
16 will hit. Go ahead and give me a D6.
A D6. Three.
3 points of damage. All right. You can see again, little minor kind of hairline fractures in the stonework of the golem. And as you were playing that, it starts to swing back and forth, and it drops down from above, 40 feet down. And as it lands, there's just this thunderous, almost like magnitude of like seismic force that almost knocks all of you off your feet. So I need everybody to give me a fortitude save.
Damn. Oh my gosh. And we have +1 on these, right?
Attack rolls.
That was just attack rolls, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got an 11.
Okay, an 11 saves. Save
5, 6, and 7.
5, 6, and
I got
7.
it, too.
Okay, I'll. The four of you I'm going to be talking to in a second.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. You're good. Marine, what did you have?
I got a 12 too.
Okay, so Jennifer, Doc, Butch, and Lucky, you all drop prone, and actually are getting kind of bounced and rolled to the edges of the room where the room is swirling about and about and about. But you have another chance here to maybe not make it that far. Give me a DC 12 reflex save. Because you will notice as you're bouncing that there are blades that have shot up off of the walls and are ready to catch you.
10, 6, and 15.
Well,
All right. Are any of our other players there maybe going to help at all?
Absolutely,
I'll give them mojo.
Mojo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've got 10 to give, so however much they need.
You need 2, I think, right? It was what was it? A 10?
10, and then a 6.
Oh, okay, more than that. So the DC is 12.
Yeah.
so you need 8 total.
Yeah, and they've got 2, so one's taken care of, and I'll give another one.
I can give.
I'll give
I
it-
can give. I can give 6. I have 11.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give. So how much do we need then after?
I think
Yeah,
one of my
if I-
characters
if you
needs
give-
to actually die.
If you give 2 and I give 6, we cover 2 of his characters.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Let's do
And
that.
what's the third one? The only third one that already
Like
made the
that.
original
Yeah,
save.
third one's
Yeah.
good.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
We're
All
good.
right. So, Tux, this is all you. Helping to keep the party alive. So he hops down, but the character he's most upset with, I think, is the dwarf, right? Doc
Oh, yeah.
had the
Yeah,
tuba.
Doc. Yeah.
So he's going to go over and try to smash the tuba, but also the dwarf that is inside the tuba. And gets a 24 to hit.
Let me check.
And I think he
Yes.
rolls.
It hits.
I
Big
think
die
he
over
rolls
here.
more dice than you have hit points, probably.
Oh no.
And it's 5, 6. Surprisingly, only 7 points of damage on a 4d8, but probably enough to crush a dwarf.
And the tuba.
And the tuba.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that is
You're
that.
like a little brass cube now.
And
With
it-
some beard sticking out.
And so the golem has reached the floor, and the battle is on. Gary, it is your turn.
Alrighty, so Gary's gonna try to also use his harp as a ranged weapon by playing it.
Okay.
And it's fully like in when you would play a bard in an RPG, and like the music note flies out and is what hits the enemy. That's what
You
happens.
spoony bard, you. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. So I need an attack roll with agility.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. I have 0 for both. I got a 15.
Okay.
Mojo.
There's 16. All right.
And what am I rolling for damage?
D6.
D6. 4.
4 points. All right.
And then do we get a +1 to damage as well, or just the attack roll?
Just the attack roll.
Okay. So
Little
yeah,
morale bonus there.
4.
That'll bring us to Jennifer.
All right. Jennifer is going to get up off the ground. And she's going to trust this. All right, she's going to trust the guitar, the ZZ Top guitar. She's going to pop it off her belt. I think she's behind the golem right now. And she's going to come running up and just go full smasheroo on this thing.
Awesome.
7.
And then you get a +1 from the little
Yeah.
the musical morale
Okay.
bonus.
Yep, 7.
Still
Seven.
So
7.
you
Okay.
got 7. Okay.
So she just smashes at the
1, 2,
ground.
3, 4.
That's 8. We need 8.
Need 8 left.
Yeah.
I can give 4 mojo.
And I
keep
have
the other
5. Okay, then I'll hold on to mine. So that gets him as a hit.
Okay, you hit D6 of damage.
2.
2 points of damage. All right.
Is the guitar like totaled as it hits, or is it like act like it?
No, it acts like a weapon, and it actually seems like it cuts and scores the rock.
All right.
That'll bring us to Butch and Lucky.
Butch walks up. He takes the guitar, and he doesn't know if the Ruckholms have a Achilles tendon, but that's what he's going for.
The Achilles, yeah. The granite that's right behind the ankle. All right.
1.
Oh, is it a natural one?
Yeah, he walks away playing Highway to Heaven. And that's a fumble table, right?
Yeah. Is he wearing armor?
He is. He is wearing an armored jacket.
Armored jacket. D6 for the fumble die.
1.
And any luck modifier?
1.
Okay,
1 + 1 is 2.
so it brings it down to 0. You miss wildly, but no other effect. So
Okay. And then Lucky will attack him with a spear. Again in the maybe Achilles tendon. 7. + 1 is 8.
I'll give you 7 mojo.
and that brings
Thank
it
you,
to
Tux.
15.
Yeah.
And
Well, 7 plus we get a +1 anyways.
oh yeah, so yeah, 16. That'll hit.
Yeah. Okay, and that's a D8.
D6. You're attacking with the instrument, right?
With a spear.
Oh, with the spear. Yeah, D8. Sorry.
2.
2 points. All right.
2 + 1 because of the strength. It's a total of 3.
Perfect. All right. Whittling him down.
And I say, "This is for you, Apollo."
You want to do a grandstand?
I'm gonna wait till it's appropriate. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like 3 damage is an appropriate time to do
Right.
a grandstand.
Probably not.
Not grandstand before it is time.
Rusty, it is your turn.
Alrighty, Rusty is crapping himself because he was not expecting that thing to be able to jump off the platform 40 feet. He thought pulling it down from 20 feet was going to, like, reduce it to rubble. So he's panicking a little bit. And he just grabs his banjo and he charges. So he goes for it.
All right. Make an attack roll.
17.
Hits. D6 of damage.
4.
4 points. All right. Cracks the banjo in the back. You can see it just like cuts like a saw, just like right down its back. Its form is getting kind of misshapen and uneven, but he's still on his feet. Robert.
Is going to go ahead and use the latch, the last key on the flute, and attack and hope that every single one of those flechettes will hit. And the attack roll is 15. I need a mojo.
I'll give you mojo.
That'll hit.
Mount out.
Okay. And then 5.
All right. Still on its feet. Let's see. Remind me, where's Butch?
It's weird. You don't see him anywhere. He'd be right behind the golem because he was trying to stab it in the Achilles heel.
Okay, he missed though, right? It was Lucky that hit him.
Of course.
Yes, that's right.
Lucky hit him with the spear. Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna reach over. He's gonna try to grab Lucky. So Lucky can make either a strength or an agility check try to avoid this.
Yeah, either it's the same for me. He has 15 for both of those. So strength. Three.
No, not a chance. As he wraps his fingers around Lucky, and the golem just picks you up with ease and throws you against the wall. You go sailing.
Wait.
Oh.
As he's flying, he's yelling, "Remember XCrawl for life!"
It's glorious. The cheer, the crowd gets solemn right after he takes 4 points of damage. And you can just see everyone's like kind of doing a little prayer to Apollo, hands over hearts, very solemn. But then they get right into the violence again, and they're whipped into a frenzy as Gary is up.
Okay, Gary's gonna continue to try to get as far as he can away from this golem with staying, in range distance for his harp attack. And he's just gonna try to attack again. I got an 18.
Hits.
6.
How would you like to finish it?
I drum it. The musical note comes out. It hits him, and it's just so much like sonic damage that it just, starts to erode away, and then just boom, rocks everywhere.
Awesome.
And when it happens, it's like, like the heavens are.
Awesome. Well, with that, each of you, if you'd like, for your remaining characters, you could do a grandstand check. It's a personality check. If you get a 14 or higher, you can add 1 fame to your character.
I got a 15 plus 2.
Perfect. You get a fame.
I got a 4.
2.
I try to play the crazy train solo and I just completely mess it up.
Yeah, and when he does that, I kind of trip right along with them, and I got a 10.
Okay.
Jennifer goes to do the ZZ Top guitar thing, and it just whacks onto a rock, and it stays down there, and she has to pull it back up.
Butch rolled a 15.
All right.
His grandstanding is less grandstanding and more just like looking moody at the camera.
It's resonating. Awesome. Well, as the rock golem falls, there's an air horn that sounds, and the crowd is just going bonkers. Standing ovation, and you see slots in the ceiling begin to open up and drop confetti all over you. And the announcer, a familiar announcer voice to the previous area where you fought the dactyls with the TV heads, calls out that each of you has won an additional 1,000 gold pieces in 2 weeks at the Sons of Hercules training camp, courtesy of Chimera Battle Fuel energy drink. So, your faces are going to be plastered all over the news, on social media. You're going to be talked about on like all the shows that this scrappy group came together out of a total of 16 had entered XCrawl's Got Talent, and these are the characters that emerged. You are all afterwards going to be kind of lavished with a number of sponsorship deals. You get invited to all sorts of sports talk, radio talk shows for a full week after this concludes, and you're all invited to DJ Glitterbomb's house afterwards for this kind of upscale gala that she has. There's going to be a lot of like A-list XCrawl competitors, actors and actresses, politicians, you name it. You're going to be able to be mingling with the elite for a few days. And there's one visitor there that crashes the party and comes to you all. He says he's got kind of like a salmon jacket on, slicked back black hair. He says his name is Guy Freesh, and that he wants to help your team in the Division 3 and wants to become your agent. So you can kind of think that over. But he's going to be encouraging you, to come up with a team name. Like, we need some branding behind you all. Hey, Mohica, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you dropping in. We're just at the tail end of our stream here tonight. We've been playing XCrawl Classics, and the group did very well. I think each of you has a character left, so you have at least somebody that you can level up into a level 1 crawler. So we've got a group chat. I will share with you a PDF that's going to have like the class options. I think all of you are humans except for. Well, I think you're all human now, right?
I think Doc was the
only non-human.
Mo Rocca was a elf, but
there's a half elf in there.
Yes, but he died right off bat.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The rats got him.
So other than the the race classes like half orc and elf and everything, like you can't choose those, but everything else from the book you'd be able to choose. You're also free to choose if you want to play one of the classes from the default DCC book. I'm okay with that too. But you'll find that the classes in the XCrawl book are a little bit more flavorful. They make more sense in the context of XCrawl, so you may want to check those out and consider those. You each get 1 fame. Did I say that for completing the dungeon?
Oh,
But I have 3 fame total.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Gary is famous.
And just so you understand like how that works, like if we were playing like a downtime session where fame might come up because you want to go and do something where you want to leverage your fame kind of equates to like a percentile roll. So in theory,
I have a 1% chance of being recognized.
Yeah. So like 100 is kind of like, okay, you maxed out your fame probably, and like everyone would recognize you. So
can't go grocery shopping anymore.
Well, what'd you think? Did you all have fun? Especially those of you that this was your first time.
That was great.
Yes.
You are an excellent DJ.
Yes.
You did the voices and just really very good. Thank you.
Well, thank you for playing. We'll take this offline here at some point, and we'll talk about schedules. See if you all want to play now the level 1 adventure with like your actual character. We could set that up. And those of you that are watching, if you want to get in on this, the best thing that you could do is just come in and join our Discord server. We've got people that are recruiting for other teams that you can join. So if you'd like to come and play a game with us, just jump in there and check out our LFG channel. Thank you to everybody who donated here tonight. We raised $145 for the ACLU Foundation. And we've got plenty more. We've got 2 more XCrawl games that are happening this month. So plenty of opportunities to come back. And that deal with the Mojo is going to be for all the games. So appreciate everybody helping out with that. So with that, unless there's any final thoughts or words or, I don't know, things you want to plug, I'm going to maybe try to find someone to raid here real quick.
I'm actually glad that Luigi didn't make it because I wouldn't have been able to keep up an Italian accent.
He could have been a fake Italian. It was all an act.
But he is really Japanese, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really enjoyed the creativity. We've got to get another plug out there for the Eversharp and Fang brands, and hopefully we didn't do too much damage to the pterodactyls or whatever they were.
Well, we killed
They were
one, didn't we?
TVs.
Yeah, you killed one.
But they came back to life apparently. Oh, there's one right now.
Well, awesome. we're gonna throw this raid out here to Havoc RPG. So follow that. Let's go support them and see what they're up to. We're gonna call it a night and say thanks. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.